And we are live.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hope everybody's doing good this evening, this night, this morning. I don't know. We got people from all sorts of time zones, so
This time of day.
yeah, this time of day. Today we've got Umbruhh on. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to see you guys again. My name is Umbra, and hopefully I don't make things dumbra. I should
Huh?
not be saying that. I'm sorry.
I didn't even hear. I didn't even my brain refused to just parse that properly. So you're good, dog.
That's like 90% of the things that come out of my mouth. Yeah.
Jake has parsing errors every now and again, so don't
Yeah,
worry.
a little bit. You got to slap the side, get me going again. You know, it's fine. I'll crank it up.
There was one time recently, I can't remember what it was, Jake, but like we were saying something and you completely blanked out and you had no idea what we had said at all.
Oh, well, it was during the Silent Hill stream, I think.
I think
One of
so.
them.
Like Ace was there. I know Ace was
You
there
and
because
you
we
and Ace
both
were
like
just talking.
dogpiled you, and we were like, "What
You
the
were
fuck,
talking about
dude?"
something, and I just zoned out completely. And when I came back to it, I was like, "What the fuck did you? What were we talking about?" I
It
said
was
something stupid.
yeah, it was like you breathed
Like,
for the first time and just became aware of your surroundings. Actually,
Trust me, I've
hilarious.
done that like way too many times to count. It's happened a lot like when I've been playing D&D
oh.
specifically. But
Yeah, I feel you. You're looking at your stats like, what feat should I get next? And then somebody snapping their fingers in your face like, hey, pay attention. You're like, what? Sorry.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's fitting considering my character has like 10 intelligence.
That's average.
Yeah.
Well, is average intelligence saying much?
Not for you.
I ought to beat. You know what? No, it's too early.
Early.
Yeah, it's too early in the stream.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's fucking do a tangent already. D&D. Let's talk a little bit about that because fucking Jake's a huge like TTRPG head.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. 7 years making my own with a team of people. So I do like to yap about tabletops quite a lot.
Nice. I'll admit, I'm not really too familiar with tabletops. Like, the main reason I got into finally giving Dungeons and Dragons a try was because of Baldur's Gate 3. Like,
Mm.
I was already becoming more and more interested playing D&D. Like, I saw the D&D movie when it came to theaters. I became more and more into fantasy, and like playing Baldur's Gate 3 finally was like the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak.
Well, that makes me happy from like a person who enjoys a tabletop game perspective. But that makes me slightly less happy because it's fifth edition and I fucking hate fifth edition. But you know what? It's good. It's a good entry level TTRPG, so I can't fault it too much. As long as you're
Yeah.
having fun with it, it's whatever.
Yeah, I would like to try the older editions at some point too, because I've heard like a lot of the older fans of D&D have been saying great things about it.
You want a pro tip from me?
What's up?
Instead of playing 3.5, go play Pathfinder First Edition instead.
Pathfinder First Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
It's real good. It's real good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played any TTRPGs, so you know, my ass can't contribute as much to this.
You want to though.
Yeah, there was the whole thing
And
we
we
were talking about with Iron, where we were gonna run
yeah.
like what is it, Cyberpunk, right? Or was it
It was
some?
either Cyberpunk or it was that weird West game that the name of is escaping me.
Oh, right. Well, I'm kind
Fucking
of just at
Deadlands.
yeah. I'm at this point. I'm just kind of like waiting to see like when somebody like starts handing me papers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, all right, this is real now. Time to get ready.
I mean, yeah. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen one of these days.
Well, you know, that's a lot of things when it comes to me. It'll happen one of these days. I got like such a huge fucking backlog of things I need to get done. There's so many people we need to interview. It's ridiculous.
I feel
Yeah.
that all too well. I'm juggling a lot right now.
At this point, I kind of need like a fucking cloning machine so that way I can make Humo 2, 3, and 4. And then maybe, just maybe, I can start getting around to some of the stuff that I need to do.
What the fuck would I do? I gotta manage all that shit. There's one of you fuckheads is already bad enough. I don't need four of them.
At that point, you just gotta like manually like insert like a stick of RAM directly into your brain, like give yourself to the Omnissiah and shit.
I ain't got no dedicated wham in it.
Yeah, you just gotta download more dedicated WAM.
Before you store.
All right, that was a nice little opener there. Let's get on to like some of the questions and whatnot that we would usually be asking here. First of those being, you're a writer. How long you been writing
I
for?
How long have I been writing for?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I've been kind of on and off. I always kind of wrote a little bit when I was a kid, and I guess the first real fan fiction I wrote, funny enough, was a Blaze Blue fan fiction when I was like 12, and God, it was shit looking back, like reeks of like self-inserty type stuff, and like it just hurts thinking about it. But it's funny enough where I got the name Umbra from because I went under a different name at the time, but when I changed my name, that's where I got Umbra from. But I'm getting off topic. But aside from that, I didn't really do any writing for like a long period of time other than like making scripts for the videos I work on. So like whether it's just like commentaries or machinimas or skits I do. But it wasn't until I played Snoot Game and I like after finishing it, I entered the community. This was like early 2021. I've been in this community for way too long. I saw like all the fics and the stories people were making, and it really inspired me to create my own story. And so since then, I came with the idea for Bad Apple, and I've been writing as well. Like I wrote, well, Bad Apple. I wrote two shitposty kind of fics called the GVH Room, one called Good Intentions, and I'm working on a new fic which I don't know if it's going to be as long as Bad Apple, and I'm also coming up with a fantasy novel series as well.
Oh,
But
wow, that fantasy bug really got you then, huh?
oh yeah, it was loosely based off of the first fic I wrote, like the Blaze Blue one, but it's like radically changed into its own thing. I have a
I
teaser of it on my AO3 as well. But yeah, like I think that I've been writing since like on and off since I was 12, I think.
quite, quite a. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
I need to gather my thoughts. I'm having a moment.
It's all good, no
Quite a
worries.
storied history.
Yeah. And I also studied journalism in college and like I excelled in a lot of like the English or like literacy related classes I took.
Interesting. That's fun to know.
Yeah.
You
It
got a lot
also
of
made me
writing stuff.
realize I don't want to be a journalist. Fuck that shit.
You don't want to be Frank West?
Nah. I don't want to
Fantastic.
complain about like why games are having characters with big tits.
Damn. But you can't. I mean, don't you just want to be able to say I've covered wars, just once in your life and mean it?
Uh,
But what if you haven't covered a war? Not all journalists cover wars, you know.
I know. Become a war journalist. Duh. Go get shot in Ukraine. Oops. Topical.
no, I'd just be the ones that like go after small indie studios for not following the standard.
Yeah, go attack them, beat them back
Yeah,
down into the dirt.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fuck those indie studios.
Yeah,
It's not like they're the backbone of modern gaming or anything.
indeed. Fuck those guys.
Man, there's a whole tangent about the state of the modern game development that can be
Yeah.
jumped into.
You want to go on? You go for it, bud.
It's just, man, AAA. You know, back in the day, used to be
Oh
like
boy.
some AAA studios. They drop a game, and you'd be like, hell yeah, look at that big old game. I'm gonna have a good time. Nowadays, a fucking studio drops a game, and you just squint at it and you say, all right, where's the microtransactions? Where's the battle pass? Where's the live service? All right, how many bugs are there on release? Can it even run on my PC because it's an unoptimized piece of garbage? Do I have to uninstall 50 games in order to make room for it? Oh God, I
Yeah,
fucking hate it what things have become. It's not even
yeah,
an art form anymore. It's just a means of making money. Thank God the fucking indie space is thriving.
Do you have a
Yeah.
script for that, dog?
No, I just get pissed off. Look, dog.
I can
Like,
tell.
here's the thing, right? Like, I went to fucking college for comp sci with an emphasis in game design. You know what I haven't done with my fucking degree? Anything
Fuck
with game
off.
design. Because I thought for a little bit, I was like, man, maybe I'll go work for like a AAA studio or something. Maybe I'll go work for like Epic Games. They were like relatively close to me. Nah, fuck that. I've opened my eyes. If I were to ever do anything game development wise, I'd be going to like a fucking indie studio or just doing something myself. Holy shit.
Smart idea, honestly. Like, I mean, sure, it would be easy to find work with AAA studios, but a lot of messy shit happens behind the scene. Just look at like Blizzard or Ubisoft or any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's a huge put off when it's like, oh, it's just a fucking mill. They're just gonna bring you in, ring you out, and then throw you out after like 2 years or something, if even that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I'm good, dog. I'll go do something elsewhere.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was insightful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the insight I like, though, you know? It makes me sad.
No, no,
First
no.
knowledge.
I mean, hey, you're passionate about it, and that's good.
At least
Yeah.
we still get good things like fucking Elden Ring, and the Sparking Zero seems pretty cool, but...
I fucking
Yeah.
love Sparking Zero.
And then I just got reminded of the fucking practice that's happening recently with the whole pay
Oh.
$30 for 3 days early access to the game. Yippee! Ugh. God. All right, let's pull this back onto the interview, shall we?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Ugh. So you said you joined the Snoot slash, or like at least started looking into the Snoot and Wani. Well, I guess Wani wasn't even a fucking thing at the time. Fandom back in like 2021 roundabouts, right?
Yeah, like it was like back in June, I think, like right when the first game like started appearing on like the V threads. Like I try to stay away from 4chan honestly, and sometimes I've checked it out like either for boredom or to look at leaks. And I remember I was looking at leaks for E3 at the time, you know, back when E3 was a thing. Um and I came across like Snoot Game, or what I assumed was Goodbye Volcano High, because I remember seeing that game revealed with the PS5 and that always stuck at the back of my mind like just an eyesore. Like, really? That's the game you want to like show off the power of the PS5 with? Especially since like the animation and art style looked a lot worse than when GVH actually did come out. And I found Snoot Game expecting it to be like an edgy shitpost or something like that, but I skimmed through it only to realize, oh wait, no, it's genuine. And then I played it and fell in love with the game, and that's when I started joining the community. I think the first contribution I made was a video I made back in July of 2021, and it was supposed to be like a shitpost video of like me after playing Snoot Game, and it's the one of the endings from Nier Automata where Nina says like, if it doesn't matter, why do I long for Dino GFs like this? Why do I desire the touch of something that no longer exists? Was not expecting that emotional response for a 4chan visual novel, that's for sure.
Yeah, most people
absolutely.
don't. Usually
Yeah.
they walk in like thinking, this will be just a silly little thing, and they come out like fucking eyes sunken, their face is just kind of like taut. Absolutely.
That's how Wani got me.
hollow.
I was like, oh, this will be a funny shit post. And then I played it and I was like, God damn.
The call of the gator is strong.
Indeed. Was
Yep.
not expecting to come out literally wanting to be a better person and everything too.
Craving the touch of scales that may never be. Truly tragic.
We have to work on the
Indeed.
Dino Alchemy, Jake.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many men for one dinosaur?
Trying to pull a Shao Tucker.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm making chimeras, motherfucker. Where my daughter at? Where my dog at? I'm making dinosaurs.
Oh, somebody just posted in the chat about another VN called Katawa Shoujo. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I finally got around to playing that earlier this year, and I loved it. I mean, I've only done the Hanako route, but
My
God,
man.
it was such a good game. Hanako's a sweetheart. She deserves the world.
Yeah, that route is So I played this a fucking Katawa way before during formative years, I would say. And that route is a very good one. When you get the neutral on your first try and you don't quite understand why, and then you piece it together and you're like, oh, I can't just coddle her.
Yeah.
I have to let her grow as a person.
Yeah. It was very beautiful.
Yeah.
See, this is one of those moments where I'm just sitting here with a polite smile on my face because I have not played Katawa Shoujo,
Yeah.
Do it,
And
fucker.
and I
it's
don't know
on
when
Steam
I
now.
will. Yeah, I know.
I'm just squinting at you now.
What?
You will play Katawa Shoujo now.
I'm sure I will at some point.
Do it now, bitch.
Right now,
Right
during the
now.
spotlight.
Right now.
I don't have it
While we're doing.
installed.
Yeah, so you think it's a big game?
I don't want
Do
to.
it.
All right, I'll fucking install it then. How about that? Will I get you off my dick?
For now. For now. Then after stream, I'm gonna be pestering you and say, "Hey Jake, it's time to play.
What?
Go date
Fuck
the
off.
disabled women now."
I don't want to.
You already wanted the disabled gator. Just go get the fucking disabled woman.
They're human women. I don't care about them.
We'll dye them green.
Fuck it. It'll work.
How easily he is swayed.
Fuck you. Now I'm not gonna. Shouldn't have said shit.
I'll just say shit again later and then it'll fucking reverse. Don't worry. Well, since you're so for some context for me and Jake, we both jumped in to the fandom during the Wani introduction. I hopped in like literally 3 days after it was released because I was at the time just like, what should I stream? Valentine's Day's coming up. What's this? A VN with a fucking disabled gator? Why not? Could be fun. And then, you know, now my whole fucking, like, community is centered around it. So, you know, there's that. And then Jake jumped around it at the same time. So, you definitely got more. We've had a couple guests on that are, I guess you would call old heads in the fandom. But you're definitely one that's been around for a while. So, you've been able to see, like, how things have grown and shifted over time.
Yeah, like a lot has changed since then. Like a lot of it is really just like blown up. Like either because like it was always very kind of niche, like considering the place it originated from, and so people just assume like everything that comes out of 4chan is bad. Which I mean, I don't blame them because a lot of stuff does, but sometimes you get something really cool like this, and then I started seeing more people kind of pop up like in the community, either like from when Kotaku made that hit piece on Snoot Game, or like when GVH came out and people realized, oh wait, there's a parody of this game. Like,
I remember I played GVH and then I read that Kotaku article and I was like, oh my god, this is making me just roll my eyes.
I played GVH 3 separate times.
You poor bastard.
Yeah, mainly for like gathering footage for the review I was working on. I want those 17 hours of my life back.
Yeah, I can resonate with that. I fucking streamed GVH and like it's 3-part madness, right? In the first part, I'm like, okay, I mean, it's not blowing me away, but like they're setting stuff up. It could be fine. And then the next part was the fucking battle of the bands or whatever. And I started getting mad. And I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Why is Trish acting like such an asshole? I've literally been supportive this whole time. And yet she's coming at me like I've been shitting in her breakfast or something.
Personally, I think Trish did nothing wrong, like in that situation. Like, I've personally thought Fang was a massive narcissist that only really cared about themselves and like their own kind of goals. They never really took into account like what Reed wanted, what Trish wanted, what anyone around them wanted, really.
I mean, that's fair enough. Like, the only thing is, right, the way I was playing things, my Fang was a whole lot more sympathetic to Trish and, like, you know, trying to come to, like, okay, well, let's try to make this work still. Like, you obviously want to do your own thing, and, like, I still want to do the band, but, you know, I value you as a friend. Let's work this out.
Yeah.
And then Trish would just blow up as if she would say something like, "You've never supported me." It's like, I can literally scroll back into the VOD where I was supporting you. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
The writing of the game could be a lot better. Like, also,
Go ahead.
don't get me started about the creepy ass romance that they
Oh
had.
no, not the Naomi.
It's not even that it's Naomi, it's like how it was done. It was done in like one of the most creepiest, unhinged possible ways I could think
It
of.
could have been literally anybody, and it still would have been fucking whack.
Hey Fang, I love you. Come meet me behind a dumpster.
I'm staring
So I
at you
can-
from a distance. You look
Yeah.
really cute today.
outfit with all your measurements perfectly.
Yeah, why is nobody fucking talking about that too? Like, stalking somebody is one thing, but also knowing their exact measurements is.
Because
I just.
Naomi's a fucking creep.
Like,
Yeah.
man,
And the fact that that's like the fallback romance you get if you don't get anybody else. It's like, damn, bro, all right, I don't got game, so I just got to settle for this person fucking stalking me.
I thought Trish was going to be the romance interest, honestly, and I feel like it would have worked better than Naomi.
I
the biggest thing for me is that they could have made it like so much better by just, I don't know, say, like, having the stalker be like, "Hey, this is who I am," like 2 days after the initial message, and be like, "Yeah, that was kind of like a fucking weak point. I thought I was gonna die, but hey, we're still living. Haha."
Yeah. I also thought like the anonymous messenger was going to be dependent on who you had the most affinity with. But expect that would be too much to expect from the French Canadian, co-op.
You gotta understand, the affinity system was all over the place. I would not be relying on that thing for shit. I think there was a
Never.
time where fucking there was a whole like argument going on with everybody, and like there was no options or anything. It was just like, oh wow, we're all kind of like coming apart now, aren't we? And I looked at the affinity system, and Reed had went up in the affinity system during that, despite us
Yeah.
not interacting. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Reed craves violence.
Or
What can I say?
how at
Never
the
put your trust in a quibble.
Yeah. Also gotta love how I still don't have all the achievements because Trish's affinity is fucking impossible to max out. And like I'm still missing like a bunch of scenes.
I think one thing that really fucking tickled me was during the campfire scene. Um I wasn't able to talk to Reed. I had to talk to Nazar. Like,
Yeah.
despite Nazar and Reed both being at the same affinity, and like I looked at the chat at the time and somebody went, "Wait, what? You should have like Reed should be able to be talked to." Huh?
Yeah. I also just love how when you're first talking to people, so like Rosa, Stella, or Sage, you can only talk to one of them, and like it does, and since the game doesn't like have a chapter select or allow you to rewind, that means you have to play the game 3 separate times in order to see all those scenes.
I think the biggest thing that chaps chaps my ass about GVH is all the cut content.
Yeah.
I don't know how aware you are of all of it, but did you know?
Leo.
Yeah, Leo and Rosa, they were both supposed to be playable characters.
Yeah, that was back when it was Jurassic High, right?
I believe so, but like at the very least, like you could have. I mean, they cut Rosa out as a playable character and made her a side character, but they just deleted Leo from existence.
Feels
Like
bad.
it feels so bad. Leo's design fucks, and I'm glad
Yeah.
people are giving him more attention, like these days in the Snoot game community.
Yeah. They're taking more care of them than their actual creators are.
Fuck, absolutely, it's just tragic, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think the
have.
funniest thing, speaking of, was the whole thing with Nick because like Nick is supposed to be a male character in GVH, like they co-op confirmed it and everything, but because Nick kind of looks more on the effeminate side and is voiced by a female actress, they the community just decided, yeah, nope, I don't. She's a tomboy. That's it. I thought that was kind of funny because it's funny how like GVH was like very kind of focused on proper representation for the voice actors, but just decided like, yeah, never mind when it came to Nick's voice actor. So I think that kind of backfired on their parts.
Yeah, and now everybody in Snoop Game community likes drawing Nick with big giant honkers.
Nah, you don't give her big honkers. You give her thick thighs.
Well, people, the art I've seen.
You're gonna need to start a petition, brother.
Well, funny enough, the next fic I'm currently planning is related to Nick.
Well, there you go, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick lovers and rejoice.
Y'all gonna be eating good.
Not me. I'm screaming.
Aren't you always screaming?
Usually.
So how's this one different?
I don't have to like give a reason to scream. I could just state I'm screaming. I don't have to
Yeah,
have a
but
reason.
like that's like saying I'm breathing. You know? Like yeah, of course you're breathing. We know you're breathing. You're
You're
always
not gonna be breathing when I'm done with you, fuckhead.
Well, but
No, but
I need oxygen.
no, you don't.
But
Shut up,
how am I gonna stream?
you robot.
Robot?
Robot.
You gonna put me in the jar? You gonna put my
Yeah,
brain
we'll
into
put-
jar and put me into robot?
Drama jar.
Would you be a brain in a jar?
No. Kill me.
What about you, Umbruhh?
Would I be a brain in a jar?
Yeah, if they hooked you up to like a really cool robot, would you be like cool with being a brain in a jar?
As long as they make me like a dreadnought.
Oh my
Or
god.
whatever the-
Really? You're going dreadnought?
It seems cool.
I mean, all right, if we're talking like just a brain in a jar hooked up to a dreadnought, yeah, that could be pretty cool. But like from what I know about fucking 40k dreadnoughts, that shit suck. Being in
I
a
mean,
dreadnought kind of rough.
That just being in anything related to 40k is rough, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I still gotta smite the Emperor's enemies, you know?
I thought you were about to say smite the emperor for a second, and we were about to have a problem.
Nah.
And
No,
by
I'm into that.
yeah, I mean, you would be like some kind of like fucking Nurgle worshiper or something.
No, fuck the chaos. I'm not into that. I'm just a separatist.
You're just an op.
Yeah, I'm just not.
Fair
I'm with the
enough.
Severus. I'm with the Severus people. You know, the guys that dress up as Romans. You ever heard of them? Oh, I
No,
doubt
believe it
I
or
doubt
not, like I actually am not like 40k pilled. I kind of was hoping this conversation wouldn't go too deep because I'm sitting here kind of like looking around for the exit. Like I played fucking Space Marine 2 and Dark Tide. That's about as deep as it runs.
I'm almost done Space Marine 2. God, that game is fucking Kino.
That game is fun as fuck.
Yeah, it's probably like my game of the year so far, although if we're counting DLC, my favorite is still the Elden Ring DLC.
I still need to finish that. I did like one
It's-
stream of it, but like I have yet to go back.
Really hard, but it's really fun.
As one would hope for with a
Mhm.
FromSoft DLC.
Yeah. Although I got kind of tired like after 50 tries of the final boss and then just like equipped the Ansper rapier and the fingerprint shield because I was just about done.
Just fucking rock as shit at that point.
Yeah, this was before the nerf though. But yeah.
Yeah, I know when I was playing fucking Elden Ring and on my stream and everything, I was doing like dual ultra greatsword jump slam build.
Nice.
And that shit's fun. Like the first guy or like the first I don't remember what the fuck it was. Like he was kind of like a ghost that you go down into and it was like a mini boss and people were getting their shit rocked by him.
Oh, is that the guy who kind of looked like Guts? with
Yeah,
the-
he had the bow and like the greatsword.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking rocked his shit and then like walked out and I was like, huh, people were dying to him. But that's not fair because he was a human type enemy and human type enemies kind of just get flattened like a goddamn pancake underneath the might of the ultra great sword.
Yeah. And like it took people a little bit to realize like they're not as powerful as they used to be because of the whole shadow tree blessing system.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't realize it was supposed to be pronounced shadow, so I just kept on calling it Skibbity Tree.
Yeah, I think everybody did because one, it's funnier. Two, how are we supposed to like parse shadow from that?
Yeah, unless
What
you're
is it?
like Welsh.
What is it called?
Shadow tree fragment, but it's spelled like it kind of
Skidoo.
sounds. Yeah, skidoo. It kind of spells like that.
I haven't played the Elden Ring DLC.
Do it.
So
It's amazing.
maybe.
He'd have to get it first. And
Yeah,
recently he picked up fucking Sparking Zero, so that's probably going to be dangling in front of his eyes for a little bit.
nice.
Me
I've
love
been
Dragon
hearing
Ball.
a lot of my friends picking that up and getting excited over that.
It's really good.
I still have not touched anything related to Dragon Ball, to be honest.
I mean, valid. If you're not into the series, you're not into the series.
It's not that I'm not into it. It's just I never really got around to it yet.
Mm-hmm. I think the
It's
only.
very.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Fuck off.
All right. The only game that I've played from the Dragon Ball series that I can remember is fucking Fighting Zero, and man, we were playing it recently in my Discord, and I was like, yeah, I'm not cut out for this shit.
That's fair. Is
Yeah.
that the one made by Arc System Works?
Yes.
Yes.
It is the fighting game.
Nice. I love Arc System Works games. Like, love the Blaze Blue series in particular. Same with Persona 4 Arena.
Yeah, Sparking Zero's gameplay is very, very, very faithful to the old Tenkaichi games, which I fucking adore.
Nice.
See, I'd be
And
willing to give those a try.
it's got so many fucking characters in it. It's ridiculous.
Lots of characters are good.
Like, hey, you want to play as Garlic Jr.? Here you go.
Garlic Jr.
Yeah.
That's an interesting name.
You want to play as fucking Tapion? Here you go.
I like how you
Go
can
play
make
as
a fucking
fucking-
Cyberman fight goddamn Super Saiyan Blue Goku
And
or
win.
Gogeta. Yeah, and win.
Hmm.
I mean, you're gonna be fighting a uphill fucking battle, but you could do it if you really
you
try.
do this shit with Hercule too.
Yeah.
Now we need a One Piece fighting game.
There's a couple, aren't there?
Maybe.
Or do
there
you mean
are.
like an Arc? Or you mean like an Arxis fighting game?
Yeah, and just want to see it get as wacky as possible.
That would be fun. I don't even like One Piece, but that would probably be fun.
I haven't seen or read or done anything with One Piece. The main thing I know is just from bits and pieces I saw in like memes.
All the memes.
The One Piece
Peace.
is
The
real.
One Piece is real. Yeah.
Man, some of the parodies or edits I've seen people make of it, like Berserk, Breaking Bad. Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That might be, yeah.
when it comes to One Piece, my ass. Anytime anybody starts talking about it, my brain starts to go on like a little bit of like a buzz, and like it's kind of like a microwave sound, you know, just like
Yeah.
a dull. Brrr. Because like inevitably it'll be like somebody's like, oh hey, you should look into One Piece, and I'm like, dog. I don't have 3 years of my life that I can dedicate to this. I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere else.
You ever see that meme where it's like a good book can change anyone? And it's like some people walking through a book and they come out completely different.
Mhm.
Somebody made a version of it where they're all coming out like asleep in bed just after reading One Piece.
I mean,
Dude, it gets better after 900 chapters, I promise.
dude, you just gotta look past all of the early shit. It's okay. Just hand me the abridged. Just give me the abridged, dog. I don't need the fluff. Just give me the actual story points.
What is a creator spotlight? Someone said.
It's a spotlight for the creators.
I mean,
Yippee!
I don't know if it can be more self-explanatory. You know what I mean? Like it's 2 words. Creator. Okay, well somebody who creates. Spotlight. Okay, well that's shining. That's something you shine a light on. Creator spotlight. Peanut butter
I
meat
hardly
jelly.
know her.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Really? You're gonna bust that out?
Fuck yeah, dude. Why
I've
not?
That's
I've
a
not heard that
classic.
shit in fucking forever.
Peanut
That's a
butter jelly with a
classic.
baseball bat.
Let me see if I can get the dancing banana on the screen.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna leave that up there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. No, can you do the one where it's Brian Griffin from Family Guy?
Brian Griffin.
Yeah! Woohoo! Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about.
I ever said that I hate it here sometimes?
He's playing many times.
Oh, I accidentally pulled up the inspect element. That's not what I wanted.
That's badass.
All right, here we go.
Can you inspect my element?
No, I don't want to.
Damn it! Damn it!
You got
Oh, hell yeah!
you got a lot
That's,
going on there, dog. I can't look at your element.
What is my element?
115.
I don't.
Zombie.
Periodic table. Periodic table, help me.
That's not a periodic.
What?
Brother has never played COD Zombies.
Black Ops 6 is gonna be
It is.
good,
It's
right?
Moscovium.
Muscovium.
Yeah, it's on the periodic table real.
Okay, what does it do? Since you're obviously
It's a
looking
synthetic. It is a synthetic chemical element made by the Russians.
Yeah, I could have.
Oh,
I could have
it
got
was
that.
a joint team of Russian and American scientists.
Mm-hmm.
It's something with like radiation or some shit. I don't know. There's a lot of this Wikipedia page is really long, and I don't feel like reading it all.
Wow. Not even that committed to the Muscovium, huh?
No, you're the one that gave it to me. That means it's trash.
Well, fuck. Okay. Noted.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
I'm just gonna sit here and cross my arms.
Uh-oh, he's pouting. Pouty boy.
Uh-oh.
You mentioned Black Ops 6 there for a second. How much do
Yeah.
you know about Black Ops 6? Because I know next to fucking nothing because I haven't been listening to Call of Duty in years.
I've been very on and off about it with Black Ops 3. Like, loved Black Ops 3. Was kind of about Infinite Warfare. Didn't like World War II. Was kind of mixed about BO4. Loved the Modern Warfare 2019 reboot. Despised Cold War. Didn't play Vanguard. Was kind of mixed about Modern Warfare 2. Didn't buy Modern Warfare 3, but I played the beta for Black Ops 6, like I think it was like a month or two ago, and it seems really promising. Like, it fixed a lot of the things I didn't like about Cold War, but at the same time, like, I have no faith in anything made by Activision.
Fair enough.
Probably valid, yeah.
But at least it's going to be on Game Pass, so I can just subscribe and play until they inevitably ruin it with updates.
Get in, get out before it gets too bad.
Exactly. I learned my lesson from Modern Warfare 2. The new one, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of learning lessons, since you know we've talked about games and everything and like the industry and whatnot on this stream, have you ever had a specific moment where you learned your lesson? Man, I should not like just pre-order a game and or like buy a game as soon as it comes out unless I have like reviews on hand ready to go.
Yeah. Like, I learned my lesson with Mass Effect Andromeda, to be specific.
Ooh, that's a rough one.
Like, I got into the Mass Effect series when I was 13. Like, this was back in 2014, I think. Was a massive fan of Mass Effect. After playing it, like, fell in love with it, and even tried out Dragon Age Inquisition because I got an Xbox One at the time and wanted something to scratch that itch, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't do that. But then when I heard a new Mass Effect game was coming out, I was so excited and I was hyped for it and everything. Played it, I was let down so much to the point where like I almost like rarely pre-ordered games after that. And I don't want to touch anything made by BioWare ever again unless it's like their older stuff.
Mm-hmm. fucking
But
Vise is over here saying Anthem
yeah,
was
and
his.
I never played Anthem, thankfully, but I did hear like it was really really bad, and I don't really have a lot of faith in BioWare with the Dragon Age Veilguard. I mean, the gameplay looks fun. I'll give them that, but the art's direction just looks so bad, and the designs and just there's a lot that doesn't look good.
Hmm. I know my game was fucking No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Holy
Mine was
shit.
2077.
Mm. Although, didn't they make both of those games better with updates?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. But
But
like at the beginning, it was
yeah, fucking out the gate, No Man's Sky. Everybody's PC is struggling to run the fucking game. Nobody understands why. Fucking people. I remember, and like there's one person that I was friends with that would fight me on this. Um, they claimed that there was a multiplayer, quote unquote, in the game, in that you know you could see somebody else, right?
Yeah.
But they always like threw in there for extra effect, like, oh, but the universe is so massive and wide, it's basically never gonna happen. And then like two people ended up going to this, finding the same location, standing at the same point, and not being able to see each other, and everybody was like, so that was another fucking lie on top of a list of lies.
Yeah, pretty
I remember
much.
that. Holy shit!
Just
How long did it take them to actually add multiplayer?
I don't know. Like that game was just a game that like it really just needed like another fucking 5 years development, and it would have been
yeah.
fine. They just rushed it out the door because I think Sony made them, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. Which again, that's another situation of like, oh hey, look, a actually cool, interesting game. Uh oh.
Publisher fucky wucky.
Publisher said, kill game now.
Because it was originally a PlayStation exclusive, wasn't it?
I think it might have been. I can't even remember. All I remember about it is that I played it for like 7 hours of like torment, realized what am I doing with my life? I want my $60 back. Put a refund in for Steam. They said no. I said please, and then they said okay, and then they gave me it.
Fair enough. But I mean, there's some games that like have come out like in really broken, shitty states, but I still like really enjoy them, like Cyberpunk 2077, for example. Like, I remember how disastrous that launch was, but I never really ran into many issues myself. I mean, I played on PC and I was fortunate enough to get like a 3060 Ti like right before the game launched, but it was in a pretty messed up state when it launched, but underneath all that jank and bugs was something pretty damn good.
Yeah, I did have fun with it,
Yeah.
but like, I kept my expectations tempered to begin with. I didn't like
Yeah.
uber hype it up like everybody else. So even though I was like still like, yeah, this is within expectations when the game came out, it still taught me like, no more pre-order,
Yeah.
no more pre-order for me.
To me, it's like at the time, like at the game's launch, I thought of Cyberpunk as like a flawed but still really enjoyable experience, like a 7.5 out of 10. But like after Phantom Liberty and all the updates, I personally think it's a 10 out of 10 now.
I still have not played Phantom Liberty either. I should probably get around
It's
to that.
really good. And just the new updates have just made the game phenomenally better.
I haven't played the game. Period. I
I
want to.
recommend it.
Something to
It's
be corrected.
yeah.
Senator
It's
saying, remember the Fallout 76 launch?
Boo.
I never touched Fallout 76 aside from like demos, but that's pretty much it.
I remember the video that one funny guy made who uses the old man as his avatar. I don't remember his name.
But guys, Starfield is gonna get better, right?
Squints.
I don't. Starfield like dropped off the face of the earth once it released.
It was so funny learning that Baldur's Gate 3, like, they released their game earlier because they were afraid of competing with Starfield, thinking that it would hurt their sales, not knowing that it would have the complete opposite effect.
God, Baldur's Gate 3 is so good.
God, I
Love me
love
Baldur's
it.
Gate 3. I
It's
need
so
to finish
good.
it. I got to like Ketherick Thorn, and then I don't know. I played Baldur's
Sure,
Gate 3 in
Sherman.
like bursts.
Yeah.
Are you playing with people or by yourself?
Fucking, I was playing with people at the beginning, but do you know how hard it is to like coordinate people?
Yeah.
We didn't even get to fucking Act 2, dog. We got to like the Underdark, and we like fucking took the boat.
If you want a real man to play Baldur's Gate 3 with, I'm your man.
I don't want to play Baldur's Gate 3 with you. You're gonna kill everybody.
No, I won't.
Are you trying to get that Drosy?
So he was telling me that in his first playthrough he did Dirge and like literally just murdered everybody and then fucked Minthara really really hard, and I was like, okay, you're evil.
That's what I did in my second playthrough, to be honest.
Minthara has a head. She gives head, dog.
I think
Yeah.
like all the characters can give head is the thing.
No, she gives dummy head first, right off the rip. You don't have to work for it.
Mm.
Well,
No,
I
but
mean, you put it in the work in other places, a la murdering
Don't care.
all the fucking druids.
Oh yeah, I did that.
Yeah, you just didn't. You were like, oh, well, I didn't have to do any romantic shit. I didn't have to do any heavy lifting there. I just had to fucking butcher a whole village. That's fine.
I tortured Halcyon to death with the god ones. It's fine.
Based.
Thank you.
Based? Oh God, I
love
need to
my
get out of
friends.
here.
Halcyon is easily one of the worst characters in that game.
Yeah. I
People
gotta
don't like
say
him.
though, Minthara is cool, but my heart will always belong to Karlach.
I killed her too.
My friend keeps on making this joke, like just saying I killed Karlach to make you upset. It's funny.
No, but I actually killed her and beheaded her and brought her head to the man
Fair enough.
for money and a cool sword.
Cool sword that gets
enough.
outclassed.
That's
Yeah.
why I hate that one villain that has the Final Fantasy looking haircuts. Because he made my wife sad.
I haven't even like gotten to the point where he shows up, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he looks like Noctis from Final Fantasy 15 if he became an alcoholic going through a midlife crisis.
He really does.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oops. Oopsies.
But kudos for them somehow getting Jason Isaacs to voice him, kind of like how they got J.K. Simmons to voice Ketherick Thorn.
Oh yeah, having that voice come out of that man kind of hit me in the head with a brick, and I was like, "Whoa, okay,
It's Omni-Man!
Yeah.
it's him."
It's Omni Chad.
I miss my wife.
Yeah.
I don't
All
think
I'm
that scene's
thinking
been animated yet.
all I'm thinking of now is like that scene where he gets impaled by the goblin and then just like gets up and says, "Try again." I
mean-
was half expecting him to say, "Try again, not quite my tempo."
Oh man.
Yeah. The Absolute will give me all the pictures of Spider-Man I need.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man's feet.
Jonah.
Hey, yo.
What do you need his feet for?
I just need pictures of Spider-Man's feet.
I need to shoot my
Parker.
web.
Don't ask questions, Parker. Just do it.
Could you imagine Parker does it and then is like, well, I guess Spider-Man's feet are going in the news, and it never shows up in the paper, and he's like, hey,
more important-
Jonah,
no,
what
more-
happened to those pictures?
No, more importantly, J.K. Simmons looks at them and he's like, wait a minute. I know these feet. These are Parker's feet.
Oh, no.
What the fuck? Parker, get in my office and show me your feet right now.
Take off your shoes.
Why? Just do it, damn it.
Ugh. Goodness gracious.
Man, this is a cool spotlight. We're talking about Spider-Man's feet.
Is this
Oh.
is this better or worse than the piss globe?
This is.
I'm
Wait.
sorry, the what?
Oh, you don't know about the Piss Globe? I get to tell this story live on air again for all my friends and family.
You love
Oh
this
my
story though. You can hear you cheesing
I
about
fucking love this story so much, dude. All right, so when I was a kid, when I was like a wee child, a very wee child,
Hmm.
I had this big plastic globe. It was a very large plastic globe. It was a comically large globe, as they say, and it was a translucent plastic, right? So you could see through it. And one day I got this funny idea in my like 6 or 7 year old brain, and I was like, I'm gonna pee in this, and it'll look really funny because it'll be full of pee. So I peed in it over the course of about a week or so, and I filled that motherfucker up with urine. And
Damn.
it was my piss globe, and it glowed yellow. And one day
Yeah.
my mother found it, and understandably, she was like, "Boy, what the fuck is this shit?" And she slapped me upside the head and took my piss globe outside and dumped it out. And the patch of grass that she dumped it out on still hasn't grown back to this day.
it. Cursed Earth.
Fair
Cursed
enough.
earth, truly.
You should have just told her you were trying to become the sniper from TF2.
She wouldn't have understood what that was.
That's fair.
Just show her
She
to
would have
meet
just
the sniper.
You
she
have
would
to
have
be on
killed
the-
me.
She would have
Fair.
killed you?
She would have killed me.
Oh, you want to be an assassin so bad, huh? I'm about to assassinate that ass with a whooping, boy.
That's what she
Damn.
would have said.
Fair enough.
And there you go.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
kinda-
that's the story of the piss globe.
I'm kind of trying to figure out where we jump off from that part, because Piss Globe is pretty strong,
Yeah.
Love me piss globe.
Hello, my
Ponder.
Hello, I'm Piss Globe.
Hello, I love my piss globe.
Would Mr. Frog have a Piss Globe? I feel
Oh,
like he
fucking
would.
100%.
He would have a Piss Globe and a shit cube, I'm sure.
Jake
No, I
the
don't know.
Piss Mage. Somebody posted in one of the chats.
If
I
if
see
you
that.
could become a Piss Mancer, would you?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Depends on like what
Piss
kind of magic you
beam!
could use with the piss.
Well, okay, let's define what a Piss Mancer can do in the first place.
Oh my god. Is this gonna be a
We're
spotlight?
making
Are we
a
gonna talk about
class.
Are we talking about Umbruh's creative endeavors, or are we making a piss mage together?
All right, we can talk about the creative endeavors. We'll
All right,
make
we'll
piss.
put the-
We'll make Piss Mancer later if there's time.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So how long have we been going for? Yeah, it's been about an hour. We talked a little
Oh
bit.
my God.
The most we've talked about is how long you've been writing at this point. Let's talk
Yeah.
about some of the content of what you've wrote. One of the big fix that I know you for is Bad Apple.
Yeah, that's right. I made Bad Apple.
He is the bad apple guy,
I'm the unpleasant fruit man.
which does swivel me into a quick
You
side
mother
question
whore.
that I want to ask.
Yeah, of course.
Can you see the apple? And do you understand what I mean when I ask that question?
Can I conjure the apple?
In your mind, can you rotate the apple in your mind's eye?
I can rotate an apple in person too.
That's so fucking real, but that's not what I asked.
I think so. I
want
don't
you to
know.
Close your eyes right now.
Okay.
Think of an apple. Think of a delicious, juicy red apple. Do you see
Mhm.
it in your brain?
No, I
And the-
just see the Bad Apple music video playing.
So, does that count?
Yeah, I guess my brain can run Bad Apple.
Yeah, all right, that counts. Sorry, Humo.
I'll work on my apple conjuring skills sometime though.
Just don't make it into a pepper. Somebody else already did that. That's their shtick.
I do like peppers.
I like peppers.
What
Can
kind
you
of
say that like
peppers?
Ellis, please?
I like peppers.
Oh, beautiful. Fuck
Like
yes.
that?
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank
Alright,
you.
So get that bite and then go put it in game. It's one of his just random yap moments.
I like peppers.
I ever tell you about the time my buddy Keith grew peppers?
I gotta tell you about the time my buddy Keith grew peppers in his backyard. I mean, it wasn't nothing special. They were just bell peppers. But man, he put them in a salad one time, and they were real good. Ellis, shut the hell up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, back to the Bad Apple. Before we start going on another fucking 15-minute tangent. How did that come to be in the first place?
Well, that's a funny story. Like, I think I mentioned, like, I was inspired by some of the fics I read, like, when it came to coming up with Bad Apple. Like, after just falling in love with Snoot Game, I started reading some of the fics people made, like, back when a lot of the community was, like, under the big, sticky on trash. And like people started posting their fics to archive of our own as well as the archive that was being made. And some of the fics that really stuck with me that I read were a surprise visit, a better end, perfect situation. Like these are like very old fics, and this kind of gave me just a lot of these fics, as well as like E1 and E2 of Snoot Game in particular, stuck with me like as I was reading them. And then there was the time and this was completely unrelated to Snoot. I think, just chilling in bed while I was waking up and watching whatever videos popped up onto my feed. And I remember seeing this video, which was a comic based on one of the scenes from Resident Evil Village. Have either of you guys played that game?
I've played
I've
all
not played
mainline
it, but I
Resident
know the
Evils.
story.
Okay. I haven't played it, but it was like an alternate scene where like what happened if Ethan Winters didn't kill the doll lady. And it was like a whole comic that somebody uploaded, and they had like a particular version of Bad Apple playing over it, which was the Liz Robinette, if I'm saying her name right, in English, where it's like less of kind of like something you'd see in an anime, and like it has a music box playing as the instrumentals, and it's like very somber. Like the the instrumentals and the tone of the song actually match the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And that really stuck with me in my head, like a couple or like after I saw it, and with that song in particular and what the lyrics were like, as well as like reading the fics, I think I was actually taking a bubble bath like when I actually like the idea for Bad Apple came to me, and I thought, I think I know what I want to make. And I think that's where I came up with it, and I wanted to explore like themes of like grief and finding light in the darkest of times and like hope for things to be better. Like some of these things I've struggled with personally, and I wanted to draw from my experiences to create a story as like a continuation of ending one, because I saw a lot of people were making like post E2 fix or like post E3 fix, but not many people were making post E1 fix. And I think, and maybe this is a controversial opinion, but I think E1 was like my favorite written ending in Snoot Game. Like it's very dark, obviously, but the way everything's kind of set up and how it's written and how it's built up, like it really stuck with me. And yeah, and I also wanted to explore kind of like what happened with Stella and Rosa in particular, because they weren't really seen anywhere after ending one. So I kind of wanted to touch upon that as well as like flesh them out a little bit more, because they're mainly just like comic relief in Snoot Game.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Stella and Rosa, you don't really get. They don't get as much time as they should. Um,
Yeah.
and like outside of, I think like what E3. Yeah, they really don't show up much.
Yeah, and even then Rosa gets a little bit more spotlight, but even then it's just more screen time, not really contributing to their characters.
Right. Most of Stella's stuff, isn't it? Just like, oh, I'm gonna pull a card to tell you what route you're on right now.
Yeah. Oh, and I also love anime.
Did you know that anime is cool? Anon, would you
Yeah,
like to watch
check
some
out my
animes
show.
with me? No way, you gay.
Oh, my. Good heavens!
Oh man, my throat has been very phlegmy recently.
Oh, are you sick?
No, I think it's just all the talking I've done this week. I've had a
That's
lot. I've had a lot of long streams.
The loser stays up 2 hours past his bedtime and loses his voice.
fair enough.
That insinuates having a bedtime.
Yeah.
What kind of laugh was that for?
I
I
don't know.
like you.
I just felt like laughing at you because I knew it would fucking. I knew it would draw that reaction. You're like, what does that mean? Why are you laughing like that?
You can't
And I
read
was-
me.
I was right. I got
Easily
you
reads me.
downloaded. I got you downloaded onto a fucking USB stick.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
It ain't even a gigabyte. You're on a 500 megabyte USB stick. That's how fucking easy you are to download.
Why do you gotta come
Yeah.
at me like this?
Man, that's mean.
I'm a mean-a-ween.
Oh my god, it is mean Wayne. I forgot about that. Anyways, talking a bit more about the Bad Apple stuff. So you kind of touched about like how the content came to be of it and everything. One thing that I thought was particularly interesting, looking at the AO3 page, it was first published in 2021 and wrapped up about 2 years later, 2023. So this was something that was worked on for quite a long time, at least compared to a lot of the fics from some of the previous writers we've interviewed. Either those having started this year and going into it, or having been wrapped up over the course of a couple of months. So how was that going that long working on Bad Apple?
If I'm being honest, it was a great struggle of mine and something I wish I could have done differently. Like, I am somebody who has been struggling with focus and motivation for like a while. Like, it started to become very pronounced, like, think like near the end of the pandemic. And like I would find like days would go by where like I'm not getting as much done as I thought. And I was juggling other stuff going on in my life too. Like I was working full time for a little bit while juggling YouTube videos, and also there was some stuff last year where it was had to move houses, so that took a lot of my time as well. But I think the main reason, or the main reason why it took so long, was because of like some of the focus issues I've been struggling with, and I guess motivation as well, which it's not like I was forcing myself to write this. I mean, sometimes I was, but I was very passionate about this project and like telling the story from start to end. But I do wish I could have finished it and made it a lot sooner. But I am glad I was able to finish it all.
Yeah, being able to bookend a fic like that is always a good thing, because you never want to like leave something unfinished, right? I'm sure from a creator perspective that is annoying in its own right, and then as readers, it's never fun to look at a fic and be like, oh man, this really is good. Oh, but it hasn't been updated in 5 years.
Yeah, like that was one thing I noticed. Like a lot of the older fics that I liked, like they never got finished, and it was just as much like I didn't want to leave others hanging, but like I didn't want to leave myself hanging too.
Right.
Because I was like, I'll be honest, I was a little obsessed with like writing the story, like more than some people should be when writing a fan fiction. But I'm very happy to have worked on it, honestly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of finishing fics, looks at Jake.
What? Which one's it gonna be? I Want to Marry or Punch Drunk? Go on, spit it out.
The one that I'm reading, jackass.
I don't know. Somebody said I Want to Marry in chat. Now it's got
I
me feeling
know.
all fucking-
Actually, I think Schmoopy was talking about that in Discord last night. It was like,
What?
man, I wanted to read I Want to Marry, and he was like, and then I watched Punch Drunk keep getting updated, and I Want to Not, and he was like, man, it's unfortunate.
Sorgy.
Garden of Rosa was finished. Somebody posted in Twitch chat like me looking at Garden of Rosa and sad.
Oh yeah, I
How was
have.
finished.
Well, I feel like if it was finished, the Rosa Bros would have made me aware of it at this point.
Yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of like an older version of it, or maybe I'm just forgetting stuff.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. Last I remember hearing about it though, like it was like not all the endings were finished or something, and it was very
Yeah,
sad as a result.
yeah. I also know they were making a mod of it too, but I think it got abandoned. I'm not sure.
You you've been around for a while in the community. Obviously, we touched upon that
Yeah.
earlier. I think you might be able to provide some insight into it because with the releases of both devlogs demo and the Mimi Alpha, how from like historically has things is it looking like there's I don't know. I kind of like mentioned when Roach was talking to Roach about it last night. It almost feels like kind of like a sort of I don't know if you would call it a golden age, but like a the start of like a lot of fan stuff coming out in that of high quality. You know, not to say that like fanfics and stuff haven't been high quality. Those have been very good, especially from the ones that I've been reading. Um, but just seeing like all like because throughout this year the Mimi Project, Megalomania, Devlog, and the Encore Project, all four of those have been ones that have come across my radar and have like I've seen them get bigger and bigger over
Yeah.
time.
I'm
Um,
part of the latter, if I'm being honest too.
oh yeah.
Encore. Yeah, I'm on the Encore team, like
Oh,
as an additional voice, so if you listen closely, you might hear my voice.
okay.
Interesting. That's fun.
I'll have to keep my ear open for that.
I've also
Absolutely.
I've also voiced in like a few of the comics that they published like when promoting the thing. Like I voiced Stella like during one of the Russian roulette comics that they did, and I also voiced Nua, specifically like the scared noises he was
Oh
making.
right. We watched that on stream last night while doing the Mimi stuff.
Yeah, that was me. That did like the oh my god, this big Triceratops lady wants to crush my neck with her thighs.
The Giga Trigger's gonna get me.
The Giga, I love that.
It's such a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to kind of like the question, it's like, has there been a moment kind of like this in the Snoot fandom, or is this kind of like the almost like an opening of a new page when it comes to like fan projects and stuff?
It's hard to say, cause like it's definitely different from like what I've seen in the past. Like there has been some big mods here and there. Like I know last year, or maybe it was the year before, we saw pretty big and popular mods come out, like Mojob specifically, and
Mm-hmm.
Puppet Pals, and
Fishing trip was that?
yeah, Fishing Trip.
Yep.
That's a good one too. And like a handful of other mods, but like I know there was like other mods in the work too, like the Naomi mod, which is now called Parasaur Paramore, and that's finally coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
And also your boy is working with some people to make a mod adaptation of Bad Apple. We're still trying to get everything done. For those of you who are wondering, we're working as fast as we can, but nothing as. But I can't say I've really seen anything as like grand or expansive as like what people are doing now, like making fan games like Hold On to Me or like Devlog or Megalomania. It's definitely a different time, although I have seen, unfortunately, there are some people that are like, particularly the older side of the community, like they are a little bit skeptical about it, I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard a little bit of skepticism. Not directly, but through other people kind of mentioning like, oh yeah, I think like one of them was like devlog. Some people were a little hesitant on that one. Um,
Yeah. Some of the criticism I've seen though, like, and not like valid criticism, but the,
Just haters hating.
just dumb criticism, like towards Hold On to Me, was like very eye rolling. Which I mean, it is an alpha. Like, it's not gonna be perfect, but I feel like some of the things people are just making up, like I don't really know if I can say it on stream, but yeah. But I think all of this stuff is good because you can only focus on, one or two games for so long before the community starts to stagnate,
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Snoot Games had like 3 years at this point to kind of like have fan content made around it, right? And like expansions on the characters. Wani's newer. There's a lot you can still do with a lot of those characters, and I do patiently await those. But I think fan stuff and like the fan projects like we're seeing are going to be really important in the longevity of like the universe.
Definitely, because it's expanding upon us. I mean,
Right.
they're not official cavemen on projects, but they definitely kind of like breathe more life into a setting that people have fallen for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it kind of to your point, there's only so much you can do with like currently existing characters, right? Only so many stories you can tell without having to like really stretch that character to its limits, you know? So
Yeah.
introducing new characters, new situations, new places, it's always a good thing. And it you from those you can build off of them and do more with it, just like you did with Snoot and Wani,
Yeah.
which will be interesting to see 3 years, 5 years down the line where that's going and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Fan characters for Hold On To Me interacting with the main cast, you know?
That would be funny. You ever see that meme where it's like the scary werewolf next to like the golden retriever?
Yeah.
And have you seen the one somebody edit where it's like the golden retriever's head on the on the werewolf and the werewolf's head on the golden retriever? That's basically the best comparison I can make with Trish versus Mimi.
Oh, yeah, no, you fucking, yeah, that's super right.
Yeah.
Look, I'm glad Mimi's coming around because, you know, those triggers they needed good representation, and Mimi,
Especially of the tall tomboy variety.
oh yeah. I I was on stream last night. The moment Mimi like came onto the screen like full body at like a lunch table,
Yeah.
I dropped the text box and everybody was like, zoom in on her thighs, because you know
Of course.
they're impossible.
Extra thick.
So I obliged, but at the same time I was like, you know what, let's do a little bit of math here. And I took like a picture that I had on screen and I measured out how large Mimi's thighs were. And then I scrolled over to Nua, sorry. I'm always gonna fuck up the name. And then I used the same picture and measured him. And so he was it was like one in the third Dancing Chiros, and her thigh was about 2.5 Dancing Chiros. So in case you were curious, the comparison there, that's the math that I did.
Oh my god. Nice.
So Giga indeed.
Giga indeed.
Nah, I'd win.
What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean by that?
She would destroy you.
Choose your own
Right.
adventure.
A Jake Choose Your Own Adventure book would go fucking hard.
Would
Yeah,
Although I gotta
Like
admit,
one that I've written or one that's starring me?
both. Make it, you write it and have it star you.
That's so stupid.
I definitely like the character designs that they did with that game, though. Like, they very much stand out.
Oh yeah.
Tiffany, my beloved.
So
Oh
far,
yeah, Tiffany is such a sweetheart. I came for the game for
Humo,
Mimi,
show the art.
but I think I'm staying for Taffy. Yes.
No, not that art.
well, send
Hell
me the art,
yeah.
fucker. I don't have it on hand.
Oh
Sharks
my
are
god. What do you
cool.
mean?
I
You're
like-
such a fucking amateur.
What? I'm gonna make you work for it, jackass.
Cocksucker.
Some of the dialogue was pretty good too.
I gotta scroll up back to our fucking chat and shit. God damn it.
I think one of the biggest things that Mimi project has going for it is its attention to the side characters. Because I know that one of the complaints levied against both Snoot and Wani is that its side characters were not expanded upon enough. It focused, obviously it focused on its leading ladies, but both games kind of left you
There you
wanting when it came to the side characters, right? Like fucking, you look at Wani, Liz didn't get as much time. Damien got like a decent bit, but like at the end of the day, maybe like having some more Damien centric scenes would have been nice. You know, some building between him and Inko.
Ben isn't really expanded upon until like ending 4.
Yeah,
like,
and
right at the end.
God, that is. I have my own issues with Ben. That's just fucking.
You can thank like
You don't like me, Mr. Streamer?
the thing. Oh my god.
There you go. That's me. Yep. Do you
I
recognize that art?
I half expect Bond to suddenly say "motherfucker" in chat.
Yeah.
Because Bond
Probably. It's been a while.
always seems to walk in when this picture gets shown. It's like a fucking calling card.
I
Well,
mean,
that mouth-
Bonfire, they know.
What that mouth do, baby?
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's why
I
in the
need-
Discord he has the bitten roll.
True.
I need to become a better artist so I can start drawing myself with Stella or Nick.
Or you could just, have it be given to you out of nowhere.
Yeah, honestly, if you just ask in this Discord, you probably have like one person who will be like, "All right, I got you, homie."
I got you, dog.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I don't ask for it. It just happens. I feel like if I did ask for it, nasty things would happen.
Yeah, I always get kind of worried, like, oh shit, people are drawing not safe for work stuff. No, I don't want this associated. But no, I have seen like fan art of like either the story I made or like the picture I'm like wearing like on this Discord call was made by okay, forgive me if I say your name wrong. Viziz?
Vice.
Vice.
Yeah.
I
Like-
thought that was Vice's art.
Yeah, it is. Like it was
I
made for
thought
the Sorry, go ahead.
Was it? Did he make it for you for Oates' thing?
Yeah, it was like part of the thumbnail, and honestly, like it meant so much, like just being surprised with like art of my character.
Oh my god. Dude.
And I like that he got the design from like one of the recent FF14 videos I did too. It just I don't know, just receiving art of like my stuff or like the Bad Apple or just anything just means the world to
So
me.
you see that poster on the wall of Between the Lines and Waves of that specific Dino girl right there. You should the reaction that I had when that was given to me was recorded live on a spotlight.
Oh, really?
Yes, and
Nice.
it was joyous.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no, when I got my first piece of fan art, it was for Punch Drunk Gator, and it was by Vice, and
He was tweaking.
I had taken my sleeping medication because I have insomnia, so I take medication to help me go to sleep. So much for that, because when I got that piece of art, my fucking brain went zoop haywire. Bye bye medication. I'm awake now.
Yeah.
So, dude, fan art, it never gets old. It never gets old to get fan art.
It's such a treat, honestly.
It so is.
Yeah. I cannot tell you like how just beside myself I was like the first fan art I received of Bad Apple, like scrolling on the threads one day because I hate myself by going on threads and seeing that some anonymous artist made like a drawing of the scene from Bad Apple where like Stella is reading and on the cards. Like you might have seen it where like they're in the bed and like Stella has her hair down and like she has kind of like a sad but happy look on her face.
Sounds vaguely familiar to me. It's been a while since I've read Bad Apple, but I have read it. Humo, on the other hand, is not.
Really?
Yeah, no, he doesn't read anything unless it's on stream.
That's fair. I don't know. The guy who wrote it is kind of a goober.
Yeah, I heard that guy who writes Punch Drunk Gator is kind of a fuckhead.
I hate
Yeah.
him.
I would avoid him. Yeah, Humo, you want to extrapolate on that a little bit? You want to go
No.
a little more detail on that?
I
No,
hate
you don't
him.
want to. You hate him? Can
Yeah.
you yell it like? Can you yell it like Anakin Skywalker for me?
I hate you!
Yay!
No, I hate you.
No, you're so silly. I hate
I hate you.
You're such a freak. I fucking despise you.
What if instead of Stella, her name was Frika?
And instead of
Instead
reading
of-
the cards,
She pulled the cards out of your foreskin.
Oh, somebody just asked me if I've seen any of the NTR stuff.
You like Bad Bitch Stella?
I have read Bad Bitch Stella before, like the Examinon version too, and it was something.
Hell yeah. You like
But
the ending where Fang is like, do you make him happy?
yeah, I've also seen the stuff from the next chapter where like she assaults Anon and like straight up tries to kill him in like another one. Although I think the third one was like from a work in progress kind of thing, but I forget if he uploaded it or not.
Silly, silly folks.
I also realized I made the mistake of making another Stella related fic starting with the word bad.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, whoa.
Boo womp.
Boo wump.
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Bad Bitch Stella.
yeah. I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing I have
Jesus.
not partaken of. I probably won't partake of it. I'm gonna be honest, but you know,
Coward.
You don't want to read fucking Anon getting his cock sucked on the roof live on air?
no, I think I'm probably good on that one, dog. I didn't do 500 is 500 on air. I don't think I need to be fucking hearing, and I'll get the sloppy toppy.
It's still not even like the most cursed fic someone has made though.
Oh no, that
I'm aware.
no that title no that award goes to Amber by the Pool.
Yeah.
I've stayed away from that. It's like I treat that as like one of those radiation symbols where they bury the fucking radioactive samples and say, "Don't go here. There's evil."
Yeah. It's also it's like that fic, like I do not want to touch.
I've read it. It sucks really bad.
I'm sorry.
It sucks so bad.
Yeah.
I could rather just go
Oh.
read fucking like Crimson Begets Crimson.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a good one.
Or like
Oh.
the Ben Smut fix, the Ben Dorian Smut fix,
I mean,
the
that's just
popular
fun.
Ben Dorian Smut fix. When's
Popular,
the next one?
he says. Soon.
Yeah.
TM.
There's also another fic that I mean, I know some people read, but I kind of want to stay away from it as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Gay Penises.
Oh yes, Gay Penises, Sons of the Patriots, or was it Guns of the Patriots? I don't remember.
Gay Penises, Sons of the Patriots.
That's a fun one.
So can I have context as to what the fuck that means?
You may not.
Okay.
I'm not sure context would help, honestly.
All right. I'll just let that be sit in
it
the
is-
back of my head like a little creature in a corner while I stare
It
at
is
it.
Guns of the Patriot.
Yeah. Basically, there's like a lot of different stories kind of going on. Like one of them is like where the whole Amber and Melissa thing came from, but there some of the things I've heard is yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Sorry, I don't mean to like talk about anything, but yeah,
I think I tried to read it and then was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and then dropped it.
yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Any other freaky fics we wanna bring up real quick? Go ahead and knock them out.
I mean, there's unsupervised teenagers.
What?
Wait, you haven't read that one?
No, I don't think I have. No.
It's just smut.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
It's not really freaky. I mean, there's 500. Humo already mentioned that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, Caveman Flow. That one was fun.
Is that a freaky fic?
No, but it was fun. It was goofy. It's kind of like a shit fic, you know what I mean?
I saw there was this one where like Fang became a full-on dominatrix.
That might have been 500.
Yeah, that happens in that. He fucks Nazar while Naomi watches, and then Fang finds out and says, "Alright, you're gonna do everything I say now. Bark like a dog."
Oh my god.
Pegging!
Peggle.
It's a good game.
It is.
Yeah.
Good.
I like that you just had that ready to go.
What, the fucking Peggle?
Yeah, you didn't even have to really charge that one up. You just let it rip.
Well, you see, I'm a grapefruit watcher, and his whole thing's Peggle, and like he makes a bunch of Peggle noises. So I'm just, I'm grapefruit pilled.
So you just got that downloaded in your brain whenever you need
Yeah,
it.
I'm Peggle coded.
Peggle coded. Oh my god, everything is a roguelike nowadays. Somebody said, like, there's apparently a roguelike Peggle game.
Oh yeah, with the little goblin guy. Yeah, I know what that one is.
No, he's a Peglin, not a goblin.
He's a
Get it right,
goblin. Shut
fuckhead.
the fuck up. That is a goblin.
Shut.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Father of Oats said, he had some thumbnails, like, for the Bad Apple drama he was working on. I was wondering if you guys wanted to see them.
Sure.
Or, like, he and an artist by the name of Blake, I think?
Yeah, maybe.
Ah,
Pop him
yes.
up on screen.
Sure. Go
Yeah,
pop
Blake
him over to
made
Humo.
images.
Why have I been added twice in the Megalomania server?
You're going to hell.
They're after you.
You will look at shark tits and you will like it.
Shitties?
Yeah, dude.
Jeez.
Get those Mauler milkers.
Did you
Oh.
just call them Mauler milkers?
Mauler Milker.
No?
Hey, yo, there was a
That's-
new update for Snoot Game?
I think it's just translation shit.
I would figure it's nothing big. Otherwise, I'd have about 15 fucking pings at this point, I'm sure, from everyone's in every server.
Fair enough. Oh, it's an Italian translation.
Italiano! Yay! Now
Mamma
Chiro,
mia!
now Chiro can play Snoot Game.
I've been
Yeah.
fucking killed.
So apparently, some of the things they said is they overhauled the mod menu so it kind of looks like the mod menu from Wani. They added a chapter select and an improved endgame menu, as far as like what according to what it says.
Okay.
That's so nice. Holy shit. Now I can actually reference shit properly when I need to look at Snoot Game
Yeah,
instead of having to fast forward through the whole fucking game. Thanks,
Do
Game
some
and
good
I
old
love you.
QOL.
I still need to replay through Snoot Game. It's honestly, it's been years. It's been a hot minute.
Ugh. I have to replay Snoot Game because I'm working on something involving Snoot Game characters and Puppet Pals characters.
Bloodstained
but-
Blizzard. Yippee.
Bloodstained Blizzard. Yippee! Anyway,
Hey, yo.
yeah. You like Judy?
Judy is a cutie.
It's got Judy in it.
Hey,
She's the love girl that is getting loved.
hey, Judy's a sweetheart.
And we get Dorian again.
What?
What?
What about Dorian?
We get him again.
Get him again?
Yeah.
Who's Dorian?
That's the protagonist of either Punch Drunk Gator or Bloodstained Blizzard. Depends on what universe you're cooking in.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Also
He's-
known as
he's Jake's
Dorian,
line.
aka DE Fault.
Nice. That's a cool name.
And he's always
I-
surprised that he was able to get it. I'm pretty sure that's what he was about to say.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah. I mean, come on, it's Default is one of the fucking most obvious names on the planet, and I get it for like a bald dickhead with a scar. We take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a dub.
He's not bald in Bloodstained Blizzard though.
He got hair.
I gave him hair, so I was tired of people calling him a skinhead.
The skinhead allegations are going to be beaten now.
Yep.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's round this back round to talking about your creative endeavors and whatnot.
Yeah, of course.
So, one thing we like to kind of like talk about a bit on these is creative process and how one goes about creating whatever medium they're working on. So, like when it comes to artists, what it looks like, how they get their references, like what sort of like maybe influences they have on their art. And for writers, you know, how do you go about planning out your fics? How do you go about figuring out what sorts of details need to be um, elaborated on, and you know, that sort of thing. So when it comes to you and your writing, how do you kind of go about starting it, working on it, and figuring out when you want to finish it?
Yeah. Well, I know, like, with finishing it, like, my deadlines were missed, like, quite a lot of times, but, when it came for, like, just writing it in general and structuring it and everything, what I did first is, like, once I came up with the idea and, like, got a general kind of idea of, like, I wanted this to be a post ending one story, and I wanted, like, it to heavily focus Anon, Stella, Rosa, and Trish, and have Anon and Stella get together. One of the things I did first was, like, kind of have, like, a general outline of, like, what the characters are like in this story and how they'll grow, like, as well as like making kind of like a general kind of like chapter timeline of what's going to happen for each chapter. And then once I got that kind of done, like the groundwork, I started like making, maybe storyboard wouldn't be the right terms because it's just writing, but like a general outline of like what will happen in that chapter. And when I'm writing the chapter itself, I use that as kind of like a reference, if that makes sense.
Right. So you kind of get like the big key points written down and then start working on connecting those.
Yeah, because I always think like if you're going to write a story, you should have like a general, especially if it's a big story, you should have a general idea, or you should always have a general idea of like where it's going to go. Like, I think when I started Bad Apple, like when I published the first chapter, I already knew like how the whole story was gonna pan out, or like at least up to like chapter 10 or chapter 9. Because like what you can do is like once you kind of have that structured out and laid out before you, is like you can add foreshadowing and kind of allude to certain things that'll be addressed later. So like when you do have a character revelation, like for example, like I think one time like Stella accidentally said something in French in one fic, and then that was later expanded upon like two chapters later where she was revealed to be from France, or like just alluding to kind of like things that'll be addressed in later chapters. I feel like that helps make the impact bigger, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of, I feel like it wouldn't be as cohesive, for lack of a better word, if like I was just saying like having just random bullshit happen. Sorry, just gotta check something.
You're good.
No worries at all.
At the end of the day, as long as you're not going to go grab dinner and eat, yeah,
Nah,
you're
I
fine.
had I
That
had
was a
dinner
new
for lunch.
that was a new low. That actually happened to us, by the way.
Oh, did that happen with one of the guests?
Uh,
Yes.
he
Oh,
he's one of our like in-house artists, and he
A quirky little man.
yeah, we he had to leave on his spotlight. We had gotten pretty deep into it at that point, but we told him we could do a part two, and then the part two was just, oh man,
It was miserable.
it was a stream.
I
oh,
left halfway through it. The
that's
co-host
gotta be
just got up
fun.
and walked away.
That's gotta be fun.
For me, it was. I literally just started playing Sudoku while I let him and two other people talk on stream.
Fair enough.
Ugh. I had to come back and yell at them to get them to fucking calm down.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like a parent letting his kid play with like some other kids, and then they're like accidentally setting the house on fire. And instead of intervening, I just keep watching the TV.
Sometimes it's better to not be the wrangler and just watch the chaos ensue.
Yeah, it was funny for me. Jake was
I had-
like fucking seething though.
Man, I had to reactivate the neurons I used when I was handling special ed kids.
Mm. Oh, really?
Real, by the way, yeah, that used to be. I used to have that as a job.
That is Jake
Oh,
Theodore.
shit.
Yup. It was very fulfilling,
Yeah.
but my God,
I don't only ever had one job. That's the job I still got.
yes, Jam, I was a tard wrangler.
Wasn't a tard wrangler, but I was a tard.
Well, Tard meet
Well-
Wrangler.
Hello there, son.
No,
okay out
no,
here?
no, 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 no.
You out here? You doing okay out here by yourself? You need me to take you back to class?
I like egg rolls.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Man, I'm hungry.
They come with egg
Same.
roll.
I could order a
just gonna-
calzone tonight.
You fucking would.
Yeah, they deliver till 4 a.m., dog. I could do it. That or I'll just put in like
Yeah,
a
you-
fucking Totino's.
All right, calzone boy.
I don't think I've ever had a calzone before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
would recommend it.
That was. It looks good.
They're just like pizza, but in a box.
Yeah. I mean, I've done things before where I like folded pizzas, like kind of like a sandwich, but
Hell,
that's
yeah.
about it.
Do you do
They
that
are
thing
kinda-
with your pizza where like you fold the slice?
I mean,
Only if
not
they're big.
anymore, but I guess sometimes, like if it's a big slice and kind of floppy.
Yeah, I mean that's what you're supposed to do if it's like a big New York slice, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. This will probably get me
Look.
shot in the streets. But whenever I eat pizza, I like to eat it with the cheese side down. Like on my tongue.
Interesting.
Because I
What?
feel like it tastes better that way.
You're a fucking freak. Anyway, go put the art that is in the recording room on stream.
Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, you can ask fucking nicely.
I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Just do it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
Although
do.
I do something way worse. I eat pizza with a knife and fork.
Ooh. I
What
thought I
the
was gonna get
goddamn-
murdered. I think you're the one who's gonna die now. Damn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Well,
hold my
I'll-
tongue.
Well,
You're
at
the
least I
guest.
have like a weapon with me when I'm eating it, so I'm protected.
I'm
Or
from
at least
Texas.
Yeah.
I have a machete. You want to see it? Hold on.
Texas.
Texas.
Is he pulling out the fucking machete?
Where is it?
Oh Christ.
It's okay,
here it
because
is.
I'll pull out my sword. That's not a
have a sword.
euphemism, I have an actual sword.
I have one. I have a sword too.
Hey, nice. What kind do you got?
That's an English longsword.
Oh, nice. Mine's I don't know like what country it is, but it's like a blunted hand and a half sword.
Huh. Anyway, here's my machete. It's not blunt. It's sharp as fuck. Ooh.
Yeah, I would
Well-
like to get a sharp sword at some point too.
Well, now I'm holding my machete in my hand, and I feel powerful.
Yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
that's never a good thing.
Bro
Yeah, it
thinks he's
is.
Jason from Far Cry 3.
I think he thinks
I
he's more
mean-
like Jason Voorhees.
You know, as I said those words, I thought, wait, no, there's a better Jason. I
There's
could've referred
another
to.
Jason known with machete.
Yeah, yeah, who's like way more well known.
Yeah.
You want to know what happened like one of the last times he fucking had his machete in his hand?
What's that?
This motherfucker just started swinging it at things in his room going,
It's true. I did do that.
and I had to tell him don't hit the fucking like glass jar with it because he was like, I kind of want to hit it right now. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. It's gonna shatter and it's gonna put glass everywhere. Don't do it.
I did, however, put two new fucking cuts in my chair.
I mean, hey, that's better than putting a cut in your leg by accident with one of your
I
weapons.
almost did that too.
I did that with one weapon that I used to have, and this will also tell you what a massive edgelord I am as well. Want to take a guess?
Katana.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Think outside the box.
Box cutter.
Wait, that's a blade, Humo. You fucking moron.
Yeah, but the think outside the box thing, I don't know, my brain wired or
Shut
something.
up.
Why are you evil?
I'll post it in the chat.
Because I'm holding my machete right now, and I've got menacing energy.
Oh, that's a skiff.
Idiots.
a scythe. That's a blade.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Bladed instrument.
I got the blade off of Etsy, and I got the shaft from like a cool stick I found in the woods.
That's the best kind of sticks, dog.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore, but I remember I did cut myself fucking around with it by accident.
I'm waiting for the time when I just cut myself with this machete, and then it'll be horrible.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm probably going to full send it and like hack into my fucking tibia or some shit.
Bleed Parade needs to go to the hospital.
Oh shit.
I'm dying. Hiya!
I feel like it would just be a situation where you do your fucking hiya, and then you go, fuck! I need to go. That's it.
I got hurt by communism. Yes, that's true. I am Canadian.
No, that would be a sickle, not a scythe. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't mean to gatekeep your communism.
I was sitting there for a second, like fucking turning the gears of my brain. And I'm like, wait, 1 + 1 does not equal 2 right now, huh?
No, 1 + 1 = 6.
Fuck, dog.
Well, I just want to fucking swing this
I
thing.
haven't been in fucking education for too long. I need to brush up on my math, I guess.
Yeah.
I own tons of blades, but I've never cut myself. Yep, there it is. This is why I don't like it when he gets the fucking machete, because then he just starts getting swingy.
Yeah. It's all fun and games until he swings at his monitor.
I thought about doing that too.
See, I've in the past said that I think a good idea is to have a like just block of wood on the wall, like a, you know, kind of like a very thick cutting board, and just have that be your stab wall, where you can just like if you need to take out some energy, you know, just fucking stab the block, easy. He needs kind of like one of those like you know those, what the fuck are they called? The punching dummies.
Yeah.
He needs one of those, but like made of wood, so that way he can just hack into it.
Yeah, I kind of had something like that, or just one of the kind of dead trees back in my old house, like that I would practice on, because I do really want to get into like actually learning how to like properly like sword fight and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to join one of the HEMA chapters.
Well,
Like-
we have somebody who did a lot of HEMA themselves. That would be Kev in the chat.
Oh, really? Nice.
Mhm.
Hello.
Hello, Kev.
Hello, Kevin.
Who are you?
You see what I mean? Like, it's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask myself, is this better or worse than when he decided to pop open the fucking whiskey on stream?
Well,
The whiskey
question
made
is,
him-
did he pop open the whiskey and then started swinging with the?
No. He just drank it and then got fucking loopy. But like that's one thing. Him holding the machete and hearing him just do battle attacks on just random furniture. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know if that's worse.
Glass detected. Hitting glass.
Don't.
Oh no!
The genuine panic in your voice. It's like
You have been demoted from Tard Wrangler to Tard. All right, now I'm taking Wrangler. Put the fucking thing down.
all right, I'm putting it away. Fuck. All right, here's the. You know what? That was the class on the fucking sheet.
All right,
Put
cool.
your sword away, Walter.
Yeah, I
God.
could go get my actual sword. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh no.
Big sword. Big sword in my hand. I have it leaning up against my wall.
Is it a big sword?
Whoa. This bitch is weighty.
Nice. What you gotta do is when you're swinging your sword around, is you gotta scream, Griffin!
I mean, I can Mordhau grip it and just completely fucking trash this old laptop I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was too big to be a sword. More like a raw slab of iron. I forget how the fucking copy pasta works.
Oh, dude, I want to swing this so bad.
I just have this like terrible feeling that I'm gonna hear him wind up and then suddenly he's gonna disconnect.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh my god. The masculine urge to just swing a sword and destroy something.
Real as fuck.
Wow, just one. Just one.
I need to get a replica of Ludwig's Holy Blade now.
That's just the Moonlight Greatsword.
Ah, you were at my side all along. My true mentor. My guiding moonlight. Fuck, I can't do that part.
Did you just
well.
nut?
The music for that fight goes fucking hard.
I will never not hate Sony for just ignoring Bloodborne to rot on the PS4.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I mean,
Oh hell!
it would be free money, you know. Just bring
Yeah.
it to PC.
But no,
Oh,
let's
motherfucker.
remake Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
and
that one's
Until
important.
Dawn.
That one's important.
Yeah.
It's weird for me because like Until Dawn's one of those games that like once you've like played or like played it or watched it, it's like why would you do it again? You know?
Ow!
You okay?
Dumbass.
Yeah, I'm fine. I hurt my toe.
Oh shit.
Are you bleeding?
No.
Fuck. Good. You're stupid.
Fuck
Anyways.
off.
Yeah, no, Until Dawn's one of those ones where, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of a weird one to remake, because it isn't even, like, that old, and, I don't know, was it available on other things already?
No, Until Dawn was only available
Okay.
on PS4.
I guess I'm thinking about the other stuff that they've made.
Ow. That shit hurted.
Well, what did you do?
Toe.
Okay. No shit, it was your toe. What did you do?
I fucking overswung and hit my toe.
Oh my god.
I did a big dust and then the sword went whoop.
Shit.
Anyway, if there's one game that I want remade, it's fucking Resident Evil Outbreak, man. That game needs to be brought to modern gaming. It was dead
Yeah.
at the it was brought into this world at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Hey, what though? This thing can stab.
You gotten it out of your system?
No.
Okay.
Oh, damn it. It didn't go through that time. I'm pissed. Whatever.
While he
shit.
continues to tweak out with his blade,
While you
we
were
yep.
interviewing, I was studying the blade.
I don't think you were studying shit. I think you were just freaking out.
I'm yicking out.
Jake would yick.
I love yicking out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
Call me-
dog.
Call me Alex because my name is Yick, and I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, you kind of like you just started talking before your brain could register what it was saying.
I do that
Based-
sometimes.
I know.
Based in Yick build.
Based in that, my girlfriend is dead in a vat of water, and I based the story off of her.
That was very specific.
What? I mean, that's what one of the bitches from Yick is inspired off of. You remember that story of that girl in the hotel who climbed up into the fucking water tank and just drowned in it and died? That one of the bitches from Yick is based on her.
I gotta admit, I still haven't played Yick.
Neither have I. I just fucking know that passively.
Fair enough.
He's more yick built than us.
Yeah.
So
Ow!
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. You sure?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Keep
All
going.
right. He keeps making noises.
Oh, nice.
So we talked a bit about the content. We talked a bit about your process. I kind of want to talk a little bit about the reception regarding your fix and whatnot, and how that's kind of like affected things. Because like we said before, Bad Apple was over the course of 2 years, right? So you
Yeah.
obviously have had people like giving you their thoughts and everything on it as you were writing. And I know you said that you had you already knew where Bad Apple was going to be going and whatnot right off the rip. Um,
Yeah.
but did the reception and kind of like the feedback that people give kind of shape how you wanted to approach certain things in the story and maybe how you've decided to approach future endeavors and whatnot? And
Yeah.
how has that kind of just like felt getting like attention on your work?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great process, like being able to see as many people react to it as it did. Like, it really meant a lot, like hearing all of the things or the nice things people have been saying about it. But I also really welcome the criticism that I've received too in a lot of areas. Like, for example, I did kind of want to touch upon it, but like some of the criticisms I heard of like Stella saying "I love you" to Anon too soon, and like them telling each other that they love them too soon, and seeing that criticism, I kind of wanted to address it a little bit by like having them kind of wonder like, did I say it too soon? Was this like a spur of the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Until they realized that it really was genuine. Or like another big criticism was in I think chapter 10 where it was the one focusing on Trish's kind of life in between ending 1 and the current point Bad Apple was at.
Mm-hmm.
Um one of the criticisms was like how Trish kind of like was quote unquote kicked out of her home because like she slapped her youngest brother, and like they were like, don't ever come back here, fuck you. And I kind of addressed that in some areas where like Trish wasn't really in the best place, and she kind of took things way farther than she should have, like when she probably should have just stepped away and then came back when things calmed down. She took it as like she was banished from her home, which her actions indirectly caused her siblings to get taken into uh, child protective services and her mother becoming an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I have received a lot of comments on like a lot of the typos and spelling mistakes that I've made, and what I do really want to do at some point soon is like go back and re just correct everything, because like I know there's still a lot of mistakes here and there, and
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time picking up on them at sometimes, but I also blame Grammarly for being stupid and not picking up a lot of things.
Right.
But I would say, as for how it'll affect future projects, I guess like I want to just like with people I trust to kind of share what progress I have so far and kind of hear their thoughts about it if like some things should be different, and which is why I might do some with like the Nick fic I've talked about, and I also plan on doing the same with the fantasy story I'm working on, which is called Remnants of Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Fair enough. Um, you mentioned using Grammarly and whatnot. It was that your primary means of kind of like having like proofreading of your stuff?
For the most part, yeah. I probably should have take more of a direct approach, to be honest. But Grammarly did help point out some of the stuff, but not as much as it should have.
Mm-hmm.
And it also made my browser lag like crazy because my chapters are always very long.
Yeah,
I
I could.
always recommend getting a human proofreader.
That's what I was gonna say. With, with the multitude of people that we've had on at this point, a lot of writers have kind of mentioned that they do have like someone that they use to proofread. Jake has a proofreader, I believe. A lot of the like, there's a whole. We had I believe it was Was it
Falling
Swan?
Sun.
I was gonna say it was
It
either
was
Swan or
Falling Sun
Falling
with
Sun.
his cabal of
Yeah.
fucking proofreaders.
Tons of different people helping out, making like giving it a quick read, letting certain feedback. You know, having that support seems to be a very good way to help catch a lot of, you know, glaring issues and whatnot. You know, as long as you have everything set up properly and it's not like somebody else is like writing for you essentially, right? But
Yeah, absolutely. And I've definitely had a lot of help from friends, helping me catch a lot of those issues.
Ouch.
But I also will admit that I kind of got a little bit, I wouldn't say impatient, but just like I was very like, okay, that's enough checking. Let's publish this now. Only to realize, oh shit, there was a lot of stuff I missed too.
I have
right.
that issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the desire to get something out the door and have it in people's hands is always a very strong one. So I can
Yeah.
understand that.
Window.
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 That was a something that slipped through on Jake's and in Punch Drunk, and obviously since I was reading it, that was something that I got to point out and poke fun at him at, and he was, I think he typed all caps "fuck" in chat when I got to that point, so that was fun for me.
I think my proofreader was also like, Lamau, how did I miss that?
But
Whoopsie doodles.
yeah,
Yeah.
help is always
Window.
good.
Hey, crash. Thank you, Carlos.
Yeah. But yeah, somebody typed
Yeah!
my audience proofread for me. It's kind of been me.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, at the end of the day, it's not a bad tactic, I would say. You know, like sure, it might be a little bit confusing at times, but like as long as you've given it at least a once over yourself, it'll probably read fine enough, other than like a quick like, huh? Oh, okay. And like the interesting thing about reading is that oftentimes your brain can kind of like move past something without really stopping too much if there's an issue, like a misspelling or something.
Yeah. 100%.
Although it's very fun for me when I read, because then I have to like, as I'm reading out loud, my brain autocorrects, but I don't autocorrect with my mouth, and then it makes me sound like I messed up, and it's like, but I didn't. I was just reading.
You just say things wrong sometimes. And it's
Yeah,
okay.
motherfucker, guess what? All right, look. People don't realize how easy it is to misread shit out loud until you've had to do it.
I have had to do it.
I've done that a lot of times.
And it's always my favorite when somebody has to do it, and then they like first sentence in, they butcher one word and they're like, oh, whoop, all right, hold up. And I'm like,
Doesn't happen to me.
Now you understand. Motherfucker, I'm almost certain your ass misspeaks.
Not on the first sentence.
Well, okay, not the
Hey,
first
man.
sentence, sure. But I don't misspeak on my first sentence neither no more.
Go back in all the time. Go back on all the fucking readings I did for fucking... I have a weapon in my hand.
So what?
All right. See y'all later. I'm breaking my
But how
computer.
many weapons do you have?
Yeah, that's how Jake decides to fucking eject himself from this shit. Just fucking, oh, I'm gonna break the computer. Goodbye.
Bye! Smack.
I mean, that's one way to make an exit.
And then he sits there, smiling for a second, and that smile slowly drops to a frown as he realizes, no more computer.
I can't play Spark and Zero anymore. Son of a bitch.
On computer, life good.
Indeed.
Get weapon, fight computer. Computer gone. Think about computer.
Make sad head voice quiet.
Man, I wish I was Trunks from DBZ. Freeze it! I can't do a Trunks voice.
Hold on. This man isn't. No, I'm not gonna say that.
No, you can
Don't
say
shoot.
it. Go for
this
it.
This man isn't black.
Yeah, see, he'll do it. He'll do it. You can do it.
I like how Full Metal Alchemist did something similar, where one of the characters says, "Just keep shooting at these white guys."
I need to watch it someday.
Oh my god, it's such a good anime.
That's what I've heard.
It's probably like my favorite anime of all time.
Okay, isn't
Small, belligerent, blonde man.
isn't there like two versions?
Yeah, there's Brotherhood and not Brotherhood.
Yeah, because like originally, like the first one, um, it was originally kind of meant to be faithful, but the anime made more progress than the manga at the time, so it kind of diverged into like its own canon, and
Mm.
Brotherhood is like a faithful adaptation. Like both animes are very good. Like, although I do have a soft spot for the 2003 adaptation because it was the first anime I ever saw.
Mm.
But I know it. I personally thought like 2003 adaptation did a lot of things that more people don't give it enough credit for, like how characters are developed, how it kind of shows like the darker side of
Ooh,
things
that hurt.
happening, and like how the homunculus, rather than being like manifestation of Hohenheim's clone or father, whatever you want to call him, rather than manifestations of his sins, like they're based off of like people that tried to be brought back to life. Okay. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Father Vote says he has some personal questions.
Are we to the audience question portion yet?
We'll be getting to that in just a minute here.
Sounds
Got
good.
I think I got like probably 2 more in the tank.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we've touched upon like a lot of the stuff that we usually touch upon in these, and like one of the ones that, especially when we have people who have been like doing this for a while. In your case, like you said, you've been doing this for like on and off for a while, and then pretty seriously. In more recent times. And that would be when it comes to somebody who might be struggling, be it through like writer's block or some kind of burnout, or if they're just starting and they need like guidance. Do you have any sort of like advice, recommendations for those types of people?
Yeah. I mean, like, I still struggle with that a lot at times, but recently I've been trying some methods that I found have really helped me a lot too. Like, if you're struggling with burnout or just writer's block or anything like that, what I find is like, I know it's easier said than done, like, don't force yourself to write if nothing's there, or work on anything if nothing's there. But what I also found is really helpful is if you're somebody who struggles with repetition like me, just like working on the same thing for days on end, what I find helps is like juggling different projects. Like let's say for example, I'm working on, cuz I also make YouTube videos as well. If I was like writing Bad Apple now and I kind of struggled with like figuring out how I should write this scene, instead of just like staying there until I can rack my brain to think of something, I'll switch to something like working on a script for a video. And if I lose steam on that, I'll switch to something like doing job applications or writing something else, and then kind of like cycle, you know what I mean? That way, like, I'm not being dragged down by repetition.
Mm-hmm. Keep
But
things fresh.
everyone, yeah, keep things fresh. Like everybody works differently. Everybody's their own person. But that's what I found has really helped me a lot too.
All right, that's fair enough.
Very good.
Thank you.
Now we have one more question, and people can start go ahead and asking stuff in the chat. We'll open up the Q&A after this, and that would be: is there anybody you would want to see on the spotlight?
Damn it! I didn't get interrupted.
Haha,
Hmm.
eat your own ass.
Anybody? Ayo, freaky.
He's don't worry about that. That's like one of his default settings.
Hmm.
Rude.
But true.
Anyone I'd like to see on the spotlights? I know I
Writers,
recommend,
artists,
yeah, Mod Maker,
mod maker. Yeah, definitely.
That's
yeah,
fine too.
We
cause
had the Mimi team on here, so.
yeah, and I saw you guys had the Encore team on here too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I know I've invited him to Oats's stream as well, but I also would highly recommend interviewing JJ.
Oh,
Or
yes.
if you can get Faust on here as well. Like, they're both really cool people, and they're like very good at making mods.
I think we
Yeah.
wanted to get them both on at the same time.
Yeah.
I think I want to say that they were willing to hop on. I think they wanted to have like something out around the time that we would have the interview though.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be
But
glad to
like,
have them on.
I definitely recommend them, especially since they made like one of the best mods in the community.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not
Yes,
just
I would
saying
like
that
to talk
because
about
they,
Puppet Pals very much.
yeah, and I'm not just saying that because they showed my fic in Puppet Pals.
True.
Yeah, I mean like the Puppet Pal stuff is like almost accepted as like canon, like at this point, at least from what I understand. So yeah, those it would be huge to have them on.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be one of my big gets. I don't
You
know if you
would
can, if
you
you're
would be
aware,
tweaking.
but you see, Schizo is piloting my little puppet.
Nice.
I very much enjoy Schizo.
Schizo is cute.
My wife.
My life. Oh, another person I'd recommend
Mm-hmm.
interviewing if you hadn't had a chance to interview him yet is another writer, Starman Super, the guy who wrote Bonds.
Yes, Mr. Bonds.
Yeah.
I have already asked, and he said he would be willing. So we just
Yep.
have to make time for that out of our cavalcade of guests.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? We got a fucking running list going at this point, and man, it's long.
Yeah.
But hey, that's a good thing. I'm very happy that there's so many creatives out there that are worth interviewing.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it's really nice to see all those people come together from a game like this and make so much.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Gorgeous.
obviously, my Discord is people who originally came to, like, support me as a streamer, but I've tried to also make it a big place for, like, creatives to come and do their thing, because there is a lot of creatives in the community, and they deserve to be recognized.
Yeah.
And any way I can help out with that, a la doing this creator spotlight or making sure that they have the avenues to express themselves in the Discord, I am very happy to partake of.
And you've done a good job of that. Smiles.
Smile.
Yeah. And it really means a lot that you invited me on here, both to the server and to the stream. Like, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been great having you on.
Thank you.
It has been a fucking thrill.
It's been a thrill to be on here.
I don't know if I've said this. I might have. One of the first fics I ever read when I got into Snoot Game and Wani was Bad Apple, which is it's been a while. It was one of the first ones I read, and I haven't reread it since. But you made a thing. You made a thing.
Yeah.
Is this before or after you decided you hated Stella, though, Jake?
Oh, I hated Stella from the beginning.
You hated her off the rip?
Oh yeah.
I'll
Shame.
forgive you because you were funny earlier with the machete.
He gets the funny guy
Violence.
pass?
Violence wins again.
Indeed.
How many times did you say ow this shit?
war, Jack. Give war a chance.
What was that, Humo?
Saying, how many
Sorry.
times did you say ow this stream?
About 3 times, I think.
Ouch.
Ow. Ow.
Kids are cruel, Jack.
And I love Genshin Impact.
What the fuck?
Red Sun. Red
I need to-
Sun
I need to get that one on stream. I've actively not played it because I want to play Revengeance on stream because I feel like that would be a fucking hoot of a time.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
it's a great game.
Okay. Well, I think we should move on to community questions now.
Sounds
Let's
good.
see.
Yeah. Do we got like a
Father
nice
Oates
backlog
asked-
here?
No, but I'm gonna
Okay.
start with Father Oates because he asked it before we were even starting. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Father Oates asks, "How do you feel when Reed and I nitpick and corner your writing errors while recording?"
I don't mind it at all. In fact, I actually appreciate it because, like I said, I know I've made a lot of mistakes with the grammar and spelling when it came to writing Bad Apple. So, just any help or just anything to point out, like, what I fucked up, like, it's greatly appreciated.
There you go. And another question from Father Oates: What is the greatest spawn of your inspiration?
Hmm. Great. In terms of just, in terms of like writing Bad Apple or just with creative stuff in general?
Your flavor, whichever one you would like.
Well, I guess for creative stuff, like, and I guess I can go on to like more so like in terms of Snoot game stuff, but for creation, ever since I was a kid, like, I've always had a fondness for storytelling. Like, whether it was like through stories my family told me as a kid, or just movies, shows, books, or just making up own shit with my imagination and making stories out of them. I've always had a love for that, and it started to grow more when I started doing YouTube videos as well, as and rather than simply just making gameplay videos like I used to, I started making skits as well, which evolved into me working on more creative projects like Bad Apple or some of the other fics I'm working on. Like, I'm very, I guess, like, from a young age, like, my experiences really um made my passion for storytelling grow. And as for inspiration with the Snoot community, I mean, is it cheating if I said Caveman On kind of inspired me? Because, like,
No.
watching Snoot, playing Snoot game, and then, like, seeing, like, this, how it emotionally affected me, like, it really inspired me to make my own stuff. And, one fic, there was a few fic writers that really inspired me as well, one of them being Rangto, who I consider a close friend as well, and he's helped with some of the stuff with Bad Apple as well.
Always good. Oh, Jesus.
You
Always
okay?
good. Yeah, no, there's a little voice crack there. I don't get many of those.
It's all the damage you received earlier. It's damaged your voice.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
HP pool is low.
Drink your Estus from the piss
Yeah.
globe.
Okay.
No, drink your
Okay, hold
blood.
on.
Inject your blood vial.
I know that like Bloodborne it was supposed to be you like injecting the blood, but I always just like to imagine you're just smashing the vial on your pants.
Yeah.
You digest it via osmosis.
Osmosis Jones.
Hell yeah. Or I'll drop an even more esoteric reference.
Mm-hmm.
Pop your pulse cells instead.
Pulse cells.
Lies of
I think
P.
my brain cell just shut down.
I ain't played that Liza P yet.
Me
It
neither.
is fucking phenomenal. Like, I'm I'm somebody who doesn't really like Souls-like games. I just prefer the Soulsborne games themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
personally, I like Lies of P more than any of the Dark Souls games.
Really? That's a pretty glowing endorsement.
Yes, I did enjoy Bloodborne and Elden Ring more, but Lies of P is just it's a masterpiece.
Okay, question. How did you like Sekiro?
I'm gonna drop a very controversial
Oh
opinion.
no.
I wasn't a bit fan of Sekiro compared to some
Ah.
of the other ones. I mean, I really liked what they were going for. Like, I thought the deflect system was really cool, and I'm sad that it didn't come back to Elden Ring. Aside from like the deflecting physic that they had in the DLC, but it's not the same. And I think the very aggressive kind of like, what's the word? I thought what they were trying to do was cool, but it was just I couldn't really get into it the same with some of the other games I've played, honestly, or some of the other FromSoft or Souls-like games I've played.
That's
It
fair
wasn't
enough.
even like a difficulty thing because I thought the difficulty was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
some aspects of it also felt kind of janky to me too, but sometimes I don't know if that's just my controller just having input delay or something, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of, I know somebody said Lies of P was more like Bloodborne. I would say so, but there was parts of it actually did feel like Sekiro if it felt more like a Souls-like game. Because, like, it has the deflect ability, and, like, it has, like, prosthetic tools you can use, but, like, it still has, like, a lot of the from Dark Souls, Bloodborne formula.
See, my favorite part of Sekiro is it was a rhythm game disguised as a FromSoft game.
Yeah.
And I like rhythm games. That shit's fun.
I heard Armored Core is also kind of like that. Is that true?
Like a
A
rhythm
rhythm
game?
game?
I mean, no. No, I
I've
wouldn't
never played Armored Core,
say.
so
I played okay, the only Armored Core I played is 6.
Yeah.
Because the other ones are old and I don't have the means to play them. Armored Core 6 slaps really hard. I would say that just out the gate. Really like that game. In terms of it being a rhythm game, it has the dance that you do kind of in every FromSoft game though. If you know what I mean, like just kind of getting the vibe of the fight and then trying to match the tempo of it.
Yeah.
But no, I would say that like when I say like a rhythm game, like fucking, I'm thinking like Sekiro, like fighting the dude on all fours with like the fucking blade gauntlets, and you're like,
yes, the centipede.
yeah, and you gotta like,
Is that his name?
I think it is. It sounds right at least,
Yeah.
and
I'm
you're
looking
just
it
like
up.
blocking to the time of it, and it's like, oh, it's so good, it's so fucking cool.
Maybe I should give Sekiro another try though. I
Long arm
still
centipede
remember.
giraffe.
I still remember the whatchamacallit, the Steam review I left on it like before I refunded it, and
Hmm.
it was a negative review that said I refuse to play Dex builds because it's Dex build the game. Although
Yeah,
I really can't say shit because I play Dex build. I have been playing like a Dex build in Elden Ring.
my first Dark Souls playthrough was an Uchi build, and after that I've been strength build all the way.
I usually go for quality builds, but in Bloodborne or Elden Ring, my first playthrough, I was strength and faith. And then, like, in my second playthrough, I was like bleed, so like dexterity and arcane. And I've kind of been switching like back and forth a lot.
Hmm.
Although I've been messing around with like pure strength a lot too. And yeah, but
Yeah, I don't know. There's something like there's something to me in games where you and this is like across basically all games I've come to realize. Um I like playstyles where you do a fuck ton of damage, but you got to be careful with like when you're attacking, right?
yeah.
Like I make it so that every time I'm doing something it matters, you know. Nickel and diming people's health, yeah, it can be fun sometimes, but like I think like fucking Monster Hunter for example, um pretty obvious that I'm going to be using the great sword. That
Oh,
shit
nice.
fucking so fun, man.
I like using the switch axe the most myself.
I tried the Swax a little bit. It's cool, but my little ape brain just says, "Nah, just hit it with the big fucking sword and it worked good. Chop his tail off now."
Fair enough.
I'm looking forward to Wilds. That'll be the first one the first Monster Hunter game I'll play on release. Because I was
I
late
just hope
to Iceborne and World, and I didn't do Rise.
Rise is really good. I recommend it.
Maybe I'll grab that to like fucking sate my hunger a little bit.
Fair enough. I just hope that my fucking PC can run Wilds, because apparently the specs are looking ludicrously high.
I feel like I'm probably due for an upgrade on my end. And my shit ain't like old, but I kind of feel like I need to start. This started to become apparent to me when I was streaming fucking the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I was like dropping frames because I just had so much
Crusty.
stuff going. It wasn't even like graphical power. Like if I play off stream, it was running fine. The issue is I think like having OBS going and like streaming and then streaming on Discord at the same time. It's just
Yeah.
an overload on my PC, so I need to like juice this bitch up a little bit, and then I also was talking to Jake about it. I'm like, maybe I need to set up like a stream PC specifically, so that way I can route everything through it and have that just use the processing power for that, and double it up as like a fucking server PC because every now and again I host servers and it would make things easier.
Yeah. Alright.
All right. Well,
What were some of the other questions people wanted to ask?
yeah, I was gonna say y'all have been yapping for a little while.
Sorry, everyone.
Do not
Jam
apologize.
has the next. No, you should feel bad.
I'm Canadian. It's in my culture to apologize.
True.
True. Jam asks favorite kind of dinosaur.
Favorite kind of... Is it cheating if I say Stegosaurus?
No.
Yeah, you hack. Pick something else.
Although... Okay, Triceratops.
Ugh.
Trigger. Sorry.
Pterodactyls are cool too. I honestly started to learn more about dinosaurs again because of Snoot Game, to be honest.
Here's
Funny.
the funniest thing is like when somebody asks me like, oh, if you had like a dino seed, what would it be? What like species would be like? Dog, I don't know. I didn't have the fucking dinotism when I was younger. I don't know all of them.
I mean, everybody knows mine.
It's a skinny
Yeah,
Dodorion.
Hell yeah. Human OCs for the win.
real.
Yeah. For the glory of mankind. Wait,
Only
I had
dino
no
was-
idea if I was trying to make a Warhammer or a Nier reference there. For fuck's sakes.
Pick your flavor. Which one do you want?
What can we say? We love humans here.
Yeah.
Oh, big human cock.
Okay.
What?
Huh?
This
What?
cannot continue.
This cannot continue.
This cannot continue.
Next
All right,
question.
next question. We've got one from the senator. This is kind of a joke question to Mr. Umbruhh. Now that Bad Apple is done, will you do a spinoff called Good Pair?
Possibly. Also might make... I have thought about making a parody, like, because one of the fics I wrote, other fics, was called the GVH Room, which was like basically Anon goes to like the special ed room, and it's basically just kind of like a parody of like the GVH versions based on like what was shown before GVH came out. And I made Stella, or Stonk as I called her, a big hulking brute, like with like 1 intelligence and like 20 strength. I want to do something like that, but call it Fat Apple.
Wall Stella, huh?
Hi, babes.
Lord have mercy.
Fridge Stellar.
Fridge Stellar.
Ridge Stellar.
Well, all right then.
I'm
We
just
got a
really glad I wrote that before the whole thing about her not wearing any shoes was revealed.
Oh man, I
That
forget
was-
that that's a thing.
just got the dogs out, man, all the time.
Yeah, it's totally because like she's supposed to be mystical, not at all because they had Dan Schneider on the creative team or something.
Dan Schneider. I
I
wish I remembered the lyrics to that song more.
fucking I remember playing GVH and I just didn't clock that she didn't have shoes on, and people were like, Mr. Streamer, how do you not know that she's not wearing shoes? I'm like, I wasn't looking. I wasn't paying attention to that, believe it or not. I'm not trying to see their feet.
Ugh. Ugh.
Gross.
Grippers. Ugh. Anyway, we got a question from Flipo, and it's one that Flipo likes to ask on every spotlight to all of our guests.
Yeah,
Question I always ask this first, but do you know the infamous game series?
I do know the Infamous game series. Unfortunately, the only Infamous game I've played is Second Son on the PS4, but I do want to play Infamous 1 and 2 at some point too.
And people like Second Son, don't they?
I think so. I know some people don't like it, but I mean, from what little I've played of it, I enjoyed it. It's like Sucker Punch makes some really good games. Like I fell in love with Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm excited for Ghost of Yote, but I'd like to see what some of their older games were like. So like Infamous or Sly Cooper.
Is Ghost of Yote like a sequel to Tsushima? Because I never played Tsushima.
Yeah, but it's like kind of like what Assassin's Creed does, where it's like not direct sequels. Because I think
Mm.
Ghost of Yote Whereas like Ghost of Tsushima was like in the 1200s. I think Ghost of Yote is like in the 1600s. So
Okay,
I
so
think
Guns.
so same
yeah,
universe, but
it's
different story.
yeah, like they're gonna have new weapons, like they're gonna have guns and shit too, and like sickles. So it's gonna be like Ghost of, or not Ghost, it's gonna be like Assassin's Creed Shadows, but like if it was going to be a good game. And I'm
God his
saying that as
ass.
somebody who unironically liked Valhalla.
Lord have mercy.
Indeed.
All right. Let's see. We got one from Six the Demon. Umbra, what's one chapter you feel you could have done better on, but is there some good part of it?
Yeah, I think if there's one, I mean, obviously, I wish I could have done the Trish chapter a little bit better, like mainly in terms of making her come across as a little more sympathetic, albeit like vile as I had planned. But the main chapter I kind of wish I put more thought into was chapter 8, which was like the one where it was like entirely through Stella's perspective. Because like originally, like for the longest time, um for the longest time, it was supposed to be like, okay, Anon meets with Rosa, and then like it's the chapter right after that where like they meet with her, Anon gets evicted, and so on and so forth. But I also kept on like realizing that there should be just more development, I guess, with Anon and Stella's relationship, because I feel like having the relationship kind of sideline could be an issue. So I wanted to have a chapter where it was like no drama, no anything like that, just them bonding together to kind of like help build that relationship between them. But it was like kind of a last minute thing. I kind of wonder if like I should have planned it a little bit better as well, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. And there you go. There's a good answer. There's your answer. Got one from Kevin. Okay, questions. For swords, which types do you prefer and would like to learn how to use? Long sword, short sword, rapier, saber. And other than Bad Apple, is there a scene you've written you'd like to see illustrated? That is a threat.
Ooh. Well, for swords, like, my favorites are long swords, or I guess bastard swords. Mainly bastard swords, because a lot of times you can use them with two hands, but, like, because, like, there's less handle, you can usually swing them a lot better. Like, depending on, like, if you're using a sword with good balance. But as for other swords, I would kind of like to learn how to use sabers, to be honest, because they seem like really cool and elegant swords. I actually learned a little bit. Well, I wasn't taught how to use swords, but when I took MMA when I was younger, my instructor taught me how to use kali sticks,
Mmm.
and you can technically translate that into like using short swords as well. And as
You very
for
much can.
an aside, and if there was a scene I wrote that I would love to see illustrated, um, in particular, that would probably be like in the last chapter where Anon finally lets his guard down and breaks down in tears in front of Stella, and the two comfort each other. Like Anon finally stops trying to be strong to protect her. He realizes he's not helping her, he's just helping himself, and just the two share a sweet moment where he can finally let down his guard. I would like to see that illustrated at one point if me and my team don't illustrate it first for the Bad Apple mod.
Expect
Because
an
that's,
image in 5 to 10 business days.
yeah. Oh? Are you?
Kev's quick on his turnaround.
I love you guys.
Very much, yeah.
Love you
Uh,
guys.
I have to read this name out loud. This sucks really bad. Arthur's Emoto Kitten Boy Wife asks, how much carf is too much?
Um, if you can't remember your own name, or if you like confuse people for other people, in the span, different people in the span of 5 seconds, then you might gotta tone it down just a little bit.
Or if your heart explodes.
Well, I mean, that's just a skill issue.
At the end of
Skinny
the
issue.
day, I think
Skinny.
I think the right answer is just a tab.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. Don't bully him with just a tab.
I'm not bullying anybody. I'm just saying.
It's an inside joke that the guest isn't gonna get.
Just the top.
Would you like to explain the inside joke to the guests so that they can get it?
I suppose. So basically, it was a little quinky dink situation that I came up with. It was, I asked myself in front of a bunch of people who were also in VC, so I was asking everybody really. If you put a tab of LSD on the tip of your dick, do you think you could get Reed to suck it off?
One can only hope.
Thus, Just a Tab was born.
A need for read.
A need for Reed.
Reed, the destroyer of heterosexuality.
Well,
Whoa, bro. I'm gonna
bisexual
suck your
kings don't have.
dick.
Wow. I need the salt, Anon.
Man, you don't understand. I'm gonna die without the salt. Yeah, what was that like fucking sigh?
It's stupid.
It was like a sigh laugh.
Bad bit. Jackpass 2012 asks, "Hey, Umbruhh, if you had to write 10 pages about something you like in exhausting detail, what would you choose?"
10 things of something I like, just in general?
10 pages about something you like in exhausting detail.
I guess
would
it
you
would be
choose?
like, what would be something you could hyperfixate on? It's kind of like another way to phrase that question, right?
Let's see, because there's honestly so many things.
Like, one of the things for me is I could yap the fuck on about Deltarune.
Yeah.
Love me some Deltarune.
Well, I did bring it up earlier, but I could go on and on about how much I fucking loved Liza P. Like, I was not expecting a Souls-like to blow me away as much as it did. Like, it was definitely my game of the year last year, and I am obsessed with it, and I am really looking forward to the DLC that's coming out.
Mm,
So I could definitely go on and on about that.
I didn't even know there was gonna be DLC for it.
Yeah.
Noted.
And there's a sequel too.
Oh, so they got that shit rolling, huh?
Yeah, they kind of teased a little bit like at the end of the game, and they might also try to adapt the story of The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
So many grim, dark versions of fairy tales coming out. First Alice, Manus Returns, now Lies of P.
Love my grim Dark Souls like.
Hell yeah.
Well, there you go. Father Oates asks, "When is hardback releasing, and when do I get my signed copy?"
I have thought about making a hard copy of Bad Apple at some points. I guess my main focus is on right now is like working with my team to make a mod for Bad Apple. But maybe like in the future I can do something like a hard copy, but like I guess figuring it out like would be a good thing. Cuz I mean, I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to be better than everyone else by saying like, "Oh, guys, I'm making a hard copy of my fic."
You can't
Cuz like at
really,
the end
you can't really beat yourself up over that. Fucking Starman did it. Nothing wrong if
I
you do it.
know. That's true. I know. It would be cool. It would be cool to do at some points. I just got to figure out like
The
how
logistics.
exactly to go about it, and but the main focus is on getting the mod out.
If you do make the book, can you make it in the shape of an apple?
Shut up.
I will certainly try.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
When I asked Jake if he'd do Punch Drunk Gator as a hard copy in the shape of a fist, he yelled at me. He was very
That's 'cause you're
mean.
stupid.
See,
That's
this is what I
mean.
gotta put up with.
That's very offensive.
Offensive to who? Fists?
To me.
The thumb men from fucking Spy Kids?
Yeah, they have rights.
Fuck them. They're second class citizens.
Oh my god, you can't say that.
Fuck the thumb men. Put him back in the mines.
All right, we're canceling you now.
Oh no, the thumb man apologists are coming for me.
Dog, you act like the thumb man wouldn't fucking destroy you.
Fuck the thumb man. I could take a thumb man in a fight.
Yeah, you can't take two
Fight,
though.
right?
He's a big dumb man, big dumb idiot. He don't got no brain.
Jesus.
Ain't got no brain in it.
Got fingernail.
Fuck, I'll fucking clip that shit. Clip that, chat, clip that.
Shut up.
No. You can't stop me.
All right. So, what were some of the other questions people were asking?
So I gotta scroll down. Something about breeders and Nephilim. I don't care about that.
Ouch.
Sierra 9 asked, where did the idea to make Stella French come from?
Well, funny enough, that comes from some old Snoot Game or GVH lore I've learned. Like, I remember seeing one of the streams that Caveman on did, and I think they wrote Stella as like coming from France based on like some old GVH lore, like because I think they got it from like Stella speaking, like the Stella bot and the co-op server speaking French, like for some of the commands, and so I think they decided to make her French because of that, and I wanted to try to stay like as close to the canon, quote unquote, as I could. But if she wasn't French, I honestly probably would have made her of Asian descent. Because for some reason I thought Stella was Asian.
She wishes she was Asian.
Yeah, that's the thing. I also remember that weeaboos are a thing.
We forgot about it up until now.
Yeah.
Stego Star bitch looking bitch.
Hey, you be nice to the Stego. She's a sweetheart.
Fucking
I'll
rip her fucking
there
tail
was
plates
almost
off with
there
pliers.
was almost a Stella snuff fic.
There was, yeah.
And then
Somebody
like yeah,
it was
you know
paid
what,
for,
like,
and then they backpedaled because the entire street was going to lynch them.
yeah, it
And
was like so there was this thing that Jake was doing where like he would just say like, oh, X amount of money for blank fic, haha, as like a joke on stream, and then someone would be like, hey man, I've got money. And so he said $100 for Stella snuff fic. And he was like, okay, I guess I gotta write that. And then in the VC after, because this was on a spotlight as well, if I'm remembering correctly. In the VC after, we cornered the person who was like, who said it or like who paid for it. And we're like, you better change that right now or you're gonna get killed. And he's like, okay, Ben X Dorian Smutfic. And that's how that was born.
Funny.
Fair enough.
I would have written it.
I know. Bastard.
And I would have had a greedy grinner face on my fucking mouth the whole time.
I hate you.
You
You did miss a question from Karos. Opinion on the Rise hunting horn.
Oh,
I haven't used the Rise hunting horn, to be honest.
I guess I glassed over it because it was about something I didn't care about.
Yeah.
I don't really use ranged weapons in Monster Hunter games. Or the horn is a ranged weapon, right?
No, it's a support melee, from what I remember. Unless they change it. I assume it still has like the functionality you would have in the other games where you just doot for a second, give everybody a buff, and then go treat it like you're using a fucking hammer.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, I mainly just... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say... Oh, okay. You know, fuck you. You don't care about this. Shut up. I don't really use ranged weapons either. I tried using some of like the bow guns and stuff, but I'm like, this is a little too hands off. I want to be up there dodging.
Yeah, I gravitate towards melee weapons too.
Mm-hmm.
You done?
Yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say now.
I was gonna read the next question. Fuckhead.
Do it, jackass.
Fuck my cock.
Jake ass.
Yeah, what's up? That's me. I'm Jake Ass.
Why would you make that noise for it? You know what? Fuck it. Read the question.
Okay, I kind of want to skip this one. I kind of want to
Is
skip
it the
this
Cars
one. Yeah. Do I have permission to skip that one?
No. Read it.
Fuck. All right. Ultimate Lifeform Cars asks Umbra, if you have watched MLP, who's your favorite pony? Ugh.
I have not watched them.
Thank Christ. Moving
and
on.
I don't plan on it. I'm sorry.
Thank God.
You don't have to apologize.
No,
It's
I mean you
okay.
don't really, especially when he asks it. Anyway, Draco G asks advice for a beginning writer.
Well, the best thing I can say is always look for feedback as much as you can. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, just having a general overview of what you want to write definitely helps. And maybe like try not to work on something too big. Like maybe start like one shots at first and like work yourself up from there. And then if you decide to make like a big series, like write like a general overview of, I guess, from start to finish what your story is going to be, what themes you want to explore, and how your characters will grow with them, if that makes sense. Like always structure it out, and like always if you're friends with any writers or if you're in any communities that can offer you that support, it's always good to ask like for feedback or anything like that. Like having somebody that can catch on or see something that you don't is a godsend to have.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This question has been a variation of this question has been asked before, but I'll just go ahead and ask it anyway, so I don't get bitched at later that I skipped the question. The senator asked if there was a chapter you could rewrite right now, which would it be and what change? You've already said several things alike to this, so
I guess like I did say chapter 8 I wish I could have done differently, but if we're talking about like rewrite a little bit, like probably chapter 10 with Trish. Mainly because definitely what happened turned her into the worst possible version of herself, but I also wrote her in a way to be very tragic. Like, yeah, she's a horrible person and she's like at her peak, like horridness, but at the same time, like, she's kind of a dark reflection of Anon in a way where, like, she's very much suffering from losing someone she loved. But, like, instead of finding a way to get better, like, Anon let Stella and Rosa into his life, whereas Trish pushed everything away. And I think I wanted her to be written as like tragic, like the fact that like some people just grief turns people into like the worst possible versions of themselves. Going back to one of the quotes Mo says, everyone's fighting their own battles, but the sad thing is not everyone wins those battles.
that's deep as fuck, yo.
Deep, you say? The
The
deep?
deep. Shut up.
The peak?
Get that bitch fucker out of here.
Wah, wah, wah.
Boo wop.
I got a question from the Twitch side here.
Oh,
From
nice.
Andrios.
Oh, Andrios is in
Oh my
chat.
god, Andrews, hi!
I have
Hello.
a curveball for Umbra. If he is such a Stella lover, how many plates does Stella have? XD.
Okay, let me go into the game's files and count.
No counting.
Fuck. That's a good question. I don't know. I would have to say on her back, 4, maybe?
Too many pliers.
Shut up. God, I
Ouch,
hate
bro.
you. You didn't even get paid for it, so why are you even... Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Ask another question.
Man, save that hatred for Mia or Naomi.
He already
Oh, they
killed
get-
me.
Mainly
already killed
because seeing people get when you insult them is really funny.
I mean, so far the reactions I've been getting for insulting Stella are really funny too.
That's fair.
We got a fucking like Fleeple Possum quadruple killer question lineup here.
Did you have to set it up like that?
Yeah, dog, because he asked a lot of questions. Question number 1: for a D&D player, have you ever had a nat 1 or 20 moment? Everybody does, dude.
I've had a few, yeah. I remember like the first D&D game I ever played. I ended up accidentally making the Goblin Slayer, like as a human fighter, and there was this one moment where I was executing a goblin by snapping its neck, and I rolled a nat 20 strength check on it.
Dead.
Did he just like
Yeah,
does his head pop off?
something like that. Yeah,
Nice.
All
I
right.
think. But yeah,
We love nat 20, nat 1 moments. They're always fun because it's like you swivel your head and look at the DM like, how are you going to solve this, huh? What are you going to do with this?
oh,
Just
I
puts them on the spot.
yeah, I don't think I rolled a nat 20, but I did see somebody rolled a nat 20 in Baldur's Gate 3 during one of the choices, and I thought the outcome was like the most hilarious thing I see. It's the scene in the grove where like the squirrel is like bothering you, and if you're not playing Dark Urge, you can do a dexterity roll to kick it, and somebody rolled a nat 20, and like the fucking squirrel just splatted all over the tree. Like, I know nat 20s like don't impact like the successful rolls in game, but I just thought the context was fucked up but funny.
You could feel the extra strength in that kick.
Yeah. It's so funny too, because if you're playing Dark Urge, your character just kicks the squirrel regardless.
Yeah.
That was a good moment for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Fuck that
evil.
squirrel. What do you mean?
You probably reveled in Alfira's death.
I broke the bar. I broke her fucking loot too.
You're a bastard.
Fuck you.
You probably did. You let the. All right. Did you hide the body or did you let it on proudly on display?
Oh, I was like, check this shit out.
See, I
On
left it
my
out too, but for a
evil
different reason.
on my evil playthrough, I hid the body.
I didn't. I was like, yeah, I admitted it too. I was like, yeah, and I killed her.
And I do it again.
And then
It's okay.
all of my
She's a tiefling.
true, but
Oh
also all of my party
no.
members were incorrigible bastards. So they were just like, yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah. Karlak's one of the okay ones. Actually, more than okay.
Hey,
Talk to?
stop spitting.
I killed her. I'll do it. I'll do it again.
And this motherfucker's asking if I want to play Baldur's Gate with him. Shake my damn head.
I won't do it in your game. I'll be nice. Smiles.
Yeah. What was the? Were you there when we were talking about making like the fucking bard through, where we just have the merry band of bards?
Yes, I was, and I will gladly do that.
Nice.
All right.
Alrighty.
Another continuing the Flippo train. When writing Bad Apple, what was your most, I don't know what that rememberable, I'm gonna assume it's memorable time when writing?
I think maybe like the time I remember the most was either the last chapter, particularly like the scene where Stella confronts Anon in the graveyard, or like when Anon proposes to her. Another one that like really stuck with me was chapter 7 where I was writing Rosa confessing her past to Anon. Like I took a lot of things from my life that I'm unfortunately very familiar with, and I applied it to there, and it was definitely a time writing that.
Reality often reality often hosts the best examples.
Yeah. But I wanted to do it in a way where I wasn't just self-inserting facts of my life onto other characters. Like that was one thing I
Right.
was afraid of, but I did want to try to like draw from my experiences to grant breathe life into a character to kind of flesh them out a little bit more and offer some explanation to why they are the way they are, if that makes sense.
That does make sense to me, and I understand quite heartily, and I think you did a good job.
Thank you. That means a lot.
You are more than welcome.
Aww.
Flippo asks another question in the Flippo train. Now, I am a writer myself, and I have ways of writing. Do you have an odd habit when writing your work?
No, I mean, there's probably a lot of habits I have that are odd, but
They're normal
guess-
to you, so.
I guess my odd habit was just to be how much like I listen to music when I write.
That's not an odd habit. I think everybody does that.
I mean, that's true. Huh. I'm
You don't
trying to
really have.
like.
I mean, you just say you don't have any odd habits. You don't have any odd habits. You don't have any odd habits.
I
It
mean,
ain't got no habit in it.
I probably do. It's just hard to think like on the top of my head what they would be.
Because it's not odd to you. It's like Humo said, you just do it.
Yeah.
I listen to
I guess
Bible
so.
verses while I write.
Do you really?
No.
You don't write, fuckhead. Shut up.
I wrote before.
Yeah, code.
No. I had
Uh-huh.
a Deltarune fanfic I was writing, jackass.
Oh, true. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Freaking
Show me the goods.
no. Maybe. When you've
He's
earned
thinking
it.
about it. When I've earned it. Come on, get up and go.
Shut up! Oh, I fucking hate you.
You opened it up, man.
I did. I really fucking did. God damn it. I regret showing you that because you fucking flaunted it in my face like a goddamn phantom of my past.
Oh, do you know what? Do you
Post it
know
in
what
the
I'm referencing,
recording
Umbruhh?
room.
What's up?
I
Sorry?
don't just have it on hand.
You got it in the fucking. You know what? Fuck it. I'll go grab it. You keep reading questions.
Wait, what? Who's grabbing what? What's going
I'm
on?
grabbing something from mine and his DMs.
It's stupid and horrible, and we constantly reference it, but it's really funny.
Okay.
Last question in the Fleetboat train. If you would put a crossover character in the Snootverse, who would it be?
A crossover character. Just like any random crossover character.
Yep.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think, like, if I should give a genuine answer, like a really cursed answer.
Why not both?
As far as like genuine ones go, probably like either May or any of the characters from Night in the Woods. But as for like really cursed answers, the two ones I can think of, Voldo from Soul Calibur and Nosferatu Zod from Berserk.
That is, I mean, just Zod with Olivia. There you go. There's your crossover.
Yeah. I mean, she did name her rat Guts.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's a berserk head.
It's all fun and games until she comes across an owl named Griffith.
Anyway, the cursed object. Humo has put the cursed object in the fucking recording room.
Oh my fucking god. Oh god.
So bad.
Why?
It's really bad.
And now Jake will just randomly be like, "We've been good, kid."
Come
And I
on,
fucking
kid.
hate it.
That gif I posted is my reaction to that.
I fucking real.
Oh
I
boy.
don't even remember how we got to the point where I shared that. I think we were talking about like Sans and his lightsaber cock or something, and it was like, I remember this really bad one, and and then that came up.
Fuck.
That reminds me of like some of the edited or kind of like cropped porn gif somebody made where it was like, but it was edited to look like Rani from Elden Ring if she was like trying to get Pringles out of a Pringle
Oh
can.
yeah. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Lord have mercy. We got one from Pints. How do you feel about Car from Garn 47?
I'll be honest, I have no idea who or what that is.
Totally
Okay,
granular.
look on the Twitch stream and look up at the shelf where you see the copies of Postal and the pen. You see that little thing hiding behind Chat Livia?
I think so, yeah.
That little creature, that's Car.
Car is cool. I like Car.
Good.
I'm
Boing,
going to enlarge car.
Oh my god.
I also like the purple neck on the table. I noticed that too.
Yeah, that's Sack.
Sack.
Yeah, Sage Nick.
Sage Nick.
Sage neck.
Yeah.
Does he know? It's ironic that you say Sage and Nick because the thing I'm working on.
Oh, Sage and Nick.
Iron's gonna fucking bust. Holy shit.
True.
I know it sounds like a crack ship, but hear me out.
Nah, I'm hearing you out, dog. Don't worry.
My ear enlarges.
I know I gotta get better at working on my art, but this was one of the things I made to kind of like tease it. I posted it in the recording room.
Oh,
Put a baby in her.
it's male Sage too, huh?
Oh
Yes.
boy.
Uh-oh. Some people might get mad about that.
Some people
Well-
can kick rocks. That's all I'm saying.
Some people can stop obsessing over their mother.
Uh-oh.
Stinky.
You've been called out, Oedipus enjoyers.
Yeah, mom fuckers, what's wrong?
Your fucking moms, or mom's fucking you.
Another day, another mom.
All right, we already asked the Apple questions, so I'm just gonna skip all Apple questions. Another one from Oates. If you had a little trinket, if you had a little trinket sent to you, what would it be?
A
don't-
little trinket. I mean, hopefully it's not a pipe bomb. But
Well,
if I had a trinket, I really like jewelry based on like mythology. Like, cause I'm a big mythology fan. Like, I'm actually wearing like you ever see those like pendants that have Mjolnir, like Thor's hammer?
mhm.
Like, I'm wearing one right now.
Interesting.
Is there
I'm not a
any mythos
pagan. I
in-
just think Norse mythology is cool.
Sorry, you're getting burned at the stake.
Oh yeah, well my ancestors are smiling on me, Imperial. Can you say the same?
Something rah dragon.
Oh shit!
The dragon
How
came
convenient! I can get out of here.
out and he went. Ah.
Rah!
I'm just thinking about. I'm just thinking about the fishing segment again, Jay.
Rah!
What if I showed up your house and went? Rah.
Shut up.
Oh, do another question.
Wearisome Son asks, Apple Boy, have you seen Transformers 1? And if you haven't, you should.
I should see it. I haven't yet though.
That works.
This isn't a question for the guest, but Schmoopy asks, if Dorian was a thumb man from Spy Kids, would his scar just be a big hangnail?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh boy, I love that.
Yes.
it's so dumb.
Big hangnail.
Ugh, that would hurt.
IGN 1997 asks, ever seen Big Lou's Pizza?
The name sounds familiar, but nothing's coming to mind, sadly.
Big Lou's Pizza. All right, here's a question that I don't understand, that I don't parse at all, but I'm just going to read it out verbatim and hope you understand it. The senator asks, question, how does it feel to have of the establisher member of the Stegoro shogunate?
I keep on hearing that thrown around. I'm still not sure what it means, but it's a great honor.
I think
There
it's
you
like some of the Stella appreciators have decided to, I don't know, band together. I know that as much
Together.
as you do.
Together we shall bring glory to the Stego.
God, you
Fuck
keep
you.
spitting on me. You are above me right now. Gravity pulls that shit down. Fucking cut it out.
Hawk Tui!
Oh, I hate you.
The wolf howls, but the hawk toots.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ. You fucking sent Jake with that one.
I'm gonna sacrifice the band of the hawk too. Haha, whoopsie, I sacrifice. Here's the thing, Guts. You're being recorded. It was all a prank.
Costco was in on it.
Indeed. He was merely pretending to be retarded.
All right, Six the Demon asks, who's your favorite character in the games or the fics?
This might be a surprise to some, considering my reputation writing Bad Apple, but from the games and the fics, my favorite character would probably be Fang.
Of
All
course.
right.
I really like the way she was written, and her story, as well as Anon's, really resonated with me. And it's funny, I hated Snoot. I'm talking about Snoot game Fang, of course. Like, I really dislike GVH
You
Fang.
don't like Fatima?
Fatima?
Nah, they're a full blown narcissist. But like,
Damn.
but like, Fang is a great character. And I would Stella, like, of course, I'll always love the Stego, but she's not really fleshed out in the games like as much as I kind of wish she was. Same with Rosa or Reed, but as far as like what was established in the game, like Fang is definitely my favorite. Anon too.
Ugh.
I know.
Ugh. No, I'm just a contrarian. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Another question from Arthur's and Moto Kitten Boy Wife. Did you ever go to Glory Hole Donuts?
No, but
Good, moving on.
it's funny because like that's actually I actually named. Sorry, I know you said moving on, but there's actually a funny story about that.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Oh, go ahead.
I found out like that was the name of a donut store in Toronto, like because I live in Canada, Ontario. I've never been there. I've been to a place called Unholy Donuts, which makes some really good donuts, but I've never been to Glory Hole Donuts. But I decided to reference that in the fic because I thought the name was funny as fuck. I even kind of made like a kind of joke line where it's like, that sounds like the name of a donut store you'd see in Canada or something.
Oh, there you go.
Hint, hint.
How not?
My stomach is growling at me.
Hungry man.
Hungry.
I'm gonna crush a pizza after this.
Hungry boy.
Fuck
And
yeah.
an actual question from Cars now. Okay, real question. For the fics you have written, do you more often have the random urge to write something, or do you have motivation first? Or inspiration, if you so please.
What
Sorry,
was that?
don't worry
Sometimes it depends. Like, if I'm writing something like usually like my motivation goes towards like more so like my fix, like something that has a lot of creative inputs or like storytelling, but like usually my random urge to write usually goes towards like my videos. Like I make a lot of FF14 videos, or sometimes I'll do Soulsborne, or like I've made Snoot game videos as well. Like I also most of my urges go towards that, but my motivation or inspiration usually comes in the form of my written stories.
There you go. Let me just scroll up, make sure I didn't miss any questions. I don't believe I did. So, last question from Fleepo Possum. What this actually brings up, like we didn't fucking talk about this during the actual interview at all, but what ending from Snoot/Wani do you like the most?
I think I mentioned it like earlier in the stream too, but Snoot game and I'm ready for the pitchforks. My favorite ending was ending 1. Like
Yeah!
very, very
Yeah!
dark and harrowing ending, but I love the way everything was written, like how it took a meme about GVH and played it completely straight. Like how they're the worst versions of themselves, but like everything just keeps on bubbling up with like Fang kind of just being hell bent on like blowing everybody's socks off at the prom. maybe I'm explaining it wrong, but just how everything built up, and with the climax being the crescendo of just all of the shit happening. Like, I was still like shocked, like, for the rest of the day. Like, even after the third time I've played through Snoot Game, and very little games have been able to make me do that. I guess like the writing behind it, and like the emotion and just dread that was just attributed with it.
I think you and I like E1 for very different reasons.
Yeah, and like another really nice detail that they had with E1 that I thought was a great touch was like, unlike the other endings where it shows you the credits, it straight up like closes your game.
Said you're done.
Like, yeah, like you fucked up that badly, you don't deserve the credits. But as far, I think my other favorite ending is E4. But as for Wani, my favorite ending was definitely ending 3.
Ah, man.
Like, similar kind of reason for why I liked ending 1. Like, just, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank trying to
It's
say.
the most real. It's the
Yeah,
realest one.
it felt real, but like also hopeful.
Mm-hmm. The only problem with E3 is Ben didn't get his shit rocked.
Yeah. Then what? It was kind of like why a lot of people hated Trish in Snoot E3. Like they were both like the worst possible people in those routes specifically.
People love to make her even more evil in fanfics.
Yeah,
It's very funny.
indeed.
I guess while we're on the topic, this isn't a community question. This is just a general question that we forgot to ask because we're both stupid.
Yeah.
But what order did you get your innings?
Well, I think I mentioned at first, like, I was still like skimming through the game to see like what the punchline was, or if it was still just like an edgy shitpost. And so I ended up getting E2 at first, but like when I was playing through the game earnestly, I got E3 first. It was E3, then E2, then E1, and then E4. And then, funny enough, I got the exact same order with Wani for some reason.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Eclectic order, but one that works.
yeah.
Okay. Question from Six the Demon. I was thinking of writing a fic, and a crossover character I had in mind was Travis Touchdown, but I can't think of what dino he would be. Do you have any suggestions?
That's an interesting crossover idea. Maybe like, because I'm not really familiar. Because that's the character from No More Heroes, right?
Mm-hmm. The man with the
Maybe.
funny dildo sword or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Oh, that might be Saints Row you're thinking of.
No, I called it a dildo sword because you have to shake it to recharge it.
Oh, yeah, I remember what you mean now.
Make him a Microraptor.
Yes, I like that. He should be a Microraptor. I would also say Baryonyx as well, but I like the Microraptor more.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Shut your Simmer down.
What? You made a weird noise. Anyway, Draco G asks, what do you think of Mia / Inko on the fix that could appear from the ship, since it leads to very internal questions? Interesting questions.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say about it, honestly, because I still need to read like a lot of the Wani fics. Like I'm behind on a lot of them right now. I think if you could call it a Wani fic, the closest I've read was From Nothing to Something, because it has Olivia in it.
It's Beta Olivia. It doesn't count.
Oh, it's Beta Olivia.
Yeah, because that came out. Nothing to something came out before Wanna even came out.
Yeah, but it was like after the demo for Wani did, didn't it?
Was it? I don't know. I
Well, when
consider
you're
it
thinking of Beta Olivia, I'm thinking of either when she had like
claws,
more
big
claws or
talons.
like when she was like on the larger side. But I don't know. I'll have to read Nothing to Something again.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's really very well written.
I
But
I liked it a lot.
yeah, I mean, I liked it too. I didn't hate it, but it's just like it's a weird premise.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, Filippo lied to us. This is his real last question. Do you listen to Pumped Up Kicks when thinking of Snooty One?
Jake does.
No, I
No.
haven't.
I don't. That's for what? Really?
Nah.
You
I mean,
think I listen to fucking Pumped Up Kicks when I'm thinking of E1, Humo?
What do you listen to?
I listen to nothing. To something. Dun-dun-dun! No.
Fucking crushes you with the big hammer.
I listened to the Item Bounce theme from Kirby Air Ride.
I
If you,
listen to Gourmet Race.
yeah, if you listen to that song, you'll know what I mean.
All right. We
Just
got another one from Arthur Zimoto, Kitten Boy Wife.
It's getting easier for you to say it.
Question. Justin A. Guy. Good name for an OC or cringe? I'm not changing it now, but I need to know.
isn't there already an OC named Just? Like, isn't the protagonist of Mega Love Mania named Justin?
He is named
Correctamundo.
Justin, but I don't know if his last name is A. Guy.
Oh, okay. That could be a good name.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, your name's taken, idiot!
Damn. All right, rough.
Mean.
All right.
Ween.
I think we got one more from Schmooper there.
Yeah, which of the fan games are you looking forward to the most right now?
That's a good question because I did just play the demo for the Hold On to Me game last night. Probably Hold On to Me. I mean,
Yeah?
I really like the demo. There were some things I feel like they could do better, but it is in an early stage, so it's understandable to do that. But I really like the character designs and just they really stand out for me. But I also played the demo for devlog as well, and I really like the art style and the presentation from what was shown. And I also really like that instead of being in high school, like a lot of the that Snoot game Wani and the fan games are in, it's set in college, which is a nice change of pace.
Elliot.
Yes, would.
Oh my god.
I don't care if that's a guy, would.
I want that twink obliterated.
Also, yes, I came for Mimi, but I stayed for Taffy.
Real. What about Chiro, though?
She a little goober. She's not for romance. She's for bromance.
Incorrect.
Nah, she a goober.
She is Goober, but you can romance Goober.
That is true.
I like Shiro.
Yeah.
I like Chiro.
Okay, you.
I also
calm
like
down.
the counselor lady that they showed in the demo, who's like a gamer.
Yeah, counselor's pretty cool. How do you feel about the lunch lady?
Aside from like the one shot of her I saw,
That's
good
you mean the
design.
only shot?
Yeah.
What,
I mean,
you don't want to
it's
like
not out of the
ravage her like so many other people apparently.
I mean, considering how like a whole like following came from like one character, effeminate looking character spawned in GVH, like I'm sure one shot of like a lunch lady isn't out of the question.
You're talking about Reeve, correct?
Fuck, that is actually a good. I didn't think it. I was talking about Nick, but Reeve is
Oh,
also a good.
No, I was thinking of Reeve. Because Nick actually has dialogue, Reeve doesn't, and people go feral for Reeve.
Wait, no, Reeve does have dialogue too.
Really?
Although
She does?
yeah, she's just like high as shit though.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize she spoke. I didn't think she had any speaking lines.
Yeah. That's why she's called Reeve, because she was trying to say Reed's name, but she misheard Fang, I think.
I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm making the lunch lady appreciators my ops.
Just don't let your ops know you fuck with spell casting. Fuck.
No, I'm gonna
Spell
shout
disgusting.
fireball right before I annihilate them.
I'm a wicked motherfucker.
Fireball!
I think my favorite line though from the demo was, "My incel senses are tingling."
Yeah, that one's that one's quite something, isn't it? And then the Giga Trigger.
It got me good.
Yeah.
Good trick.
I think we're out of questions now, ain't we? Box is
Yeah,
empty.
we sure is.
Oh, you know what? I got a question.
Shut up.
Yeah, what's up?
FF14, what class? Go.
Oh, Viper, 100%. Like, oh, well, I say Viper, but before that I mained Reaper, and before that I mained Dark Knight.
Okay.
But I kind of want to play more Reaper again, but as of right now, my two main classes are Viper, which is like the new class they added in Dawn Trail that has the two swords that can be combined into a twin blade. That's like my favorite fantasy weapon trope in anything.
Mhm.
And Dark Knight, because I love edgy, having like a big ass sword, armor, and edgy powers.
Fair
Do you play
enough.
14 yourself?
Well, I played it for a little bit. I didn't get too deep. I got like my fucking crafting like classes up to like around 50, and then like my main like tank class to like 35, I think. I started just craft maxing because I was playing on a free account, and I was like, this is fun. I'm just gonna sit here
Yeah.
and bonk this hammer against an anvil.
That's fair. It's a very fun game, like, but it is like a pretty big time sink. Like I have almost like 4,000 hours on Steam, I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I need those clones before I start trying to wade back into that.
Yeah. I've also been playing since 2016, so that explains why too.
Fair enough. Alright, well, that is, I believe, a good place to call it. We're almost 3 hour 20 in. It is time for the
What, really?
spotlight. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Did you not clock the time, Jake?
No, I was having fun.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
time flies when you're having fun.
Is this
Yeah.
our longest spotlight?
It's one of the longest, that's for sure. Anything that breaches 3 hours starts hitting that point.
I'm already. Oh, fuck, I'm hungry.
Yeah, dog.
had a-
I've my tummy been growling at me all stream.
My tummy grumbling.
But I've had a phenomenal time on here. It was really nice talking to you guys, getting to know you, and answering the questions. So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having you on, Umbruh.
It was a joy.
Of course, and if you ever do like another stream and you want me back on, I'd be happy to.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll clock you for the round table.
Yeah, so like
Roundtable.
with some of the writers we've had, they've kind of posited the idea that we get a bunch of the fucking writers that we've had on previously and just have a big old fucking round table with a bunch of them in
That
one
would be fun.
in one stream. So
If you want to sit around and yap with Swan, Father, fucking Falling Sun, Arlock, you know.
Hell yeah.
it ought to be a good time.
And me, I'll be there.
Yeah, and he'll be like, "Fun shrunk, hi hi."
But yeah, that would be fun. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Well,
You are considered.
You have any,
my gratitude. Lovely.
you got any closing remarks?
are we witch maxing?
I mean, I can witch max.
I was trying to
It
I
is
was
the
trying
season.
to jonkler max.
Oh, Jonkler.
Yeah,
Jonkler. I mean,
we live in a society.
We do live in a society.
I'm
It's time for gamers to rise up.
Rise up.
Veronica, why won't you let me be your gamer boyfriend?
you know, I'm writing a fic with her. Wait, no, that's
No.
Victoria.
Don't get with Chad.
But
Get
that's
with
Victoria
it.
Hoops. I'm retarded. Ignore me.
Victoria is like the tall raptor lady, right?
Yeah, the red one from Wani, background character.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I hear tall and that
V-nib.
makes my neurons go burr. Simple as.
Well,
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 time to hit the dusty trail.
time to hit the old dusty trail.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Get out of my head.
Yeah,
get out of my head, man! Get out of my head!
Putting smoke in my head.
man. Get out of my head, man.
Get out of my head, man!
All right, before we go rumbling into another funny voice bit, anybody in chat, but you lurking otherwise, hope you had a good time watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day, night. Oh wait, hold up a sec. I just realized something.
What's
What do
up?
you want?
I forgot we gotta show the things, Jake.
Oh shit!
We almost just glided right past that. Whoopsies.
Oh,
Show the things?
I'm not prepared.
Well, there wasn't a lot of submissions this week. Okay, so we have like a weekly bounty thing where we post like an art and a writing prompt. And
Yeah, this one is small. What the fuck?
yeah, there wasn't a lot of submissions this week.
We had more writing than art.
Yeah, and also just like a quick note on that, I'll probably do like a stream tomorrow to read the writing ones. So we're not going to touch on those tonight. We'll just do the art ones and then we'll end up stream here. So the art prompt for this week was seeing your imagination come to life can be a dream come true for some people. So let's give our writers some appreciation. Draw a scene or moment from any writing prompt submission, including this week's. Taken from this week's writing prompt for Lanny and the Yippee Factory.
Yeah, all of the writings, at least all of the art came from this week. Nobody. Sorry, your dreams died in a pit because nobody really wanted to go through and read the old submissions. I think.
Which is why I'm going to be doing like writing prompts as their own day on Sundays. That way I have a short stream and we can also cover them. Because we were doing it previously where Jake and I would just read one. So sometimes those reading prompts would kind of go under the radar, which is unfortunate. People put in work, so they deserve to be recognized.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so this one was from Rock. We have one from Hayes right here. It looks like this was going to be, let's see, for my own creepypasta this week. They go along with the story, so read it first if you feel like it. This is for if you don't want to download the zip file. So this is related to the reading for Hayes, which we'll do tomorrow. So I guess this is like the setting. This is our haggardly looking Inko and Creep Livia. Evil creature.
Featuring animated.
La creatura.
She lost her liquid. She dry now.
Oh no.
And gonna take a wild guess and say that because of that dress, this is probably a post E1 fic.
Oh no. He's come to haunt.
And
I'm
then
unplugging that bitch.
we've got the last one here from Just a Dude. And I believe since he tagged Hayes, this is probably yeah. I love this stupid Wani.exe fiction a lot. It's so bad, he says.
There's a Wani.exe.
I think that's for the writing prompt for the week.
Yes. Which
Oh, no.
Kevin did ask to read that out loud. So the writing prompt for this week was streamer and his closet ginger have initiated Humoween and thus need to be satiated with creepypasta. Write a creepypasta, no restrictions. Snoot is optional. If you involve a real person, make sure you have consent. Remember, cringe can be just as good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've got a submission from Wearisome, a submission from Hayes, a submission from Receiver K, a submission from Cars, Draco G, and Ken. And so I'll be reading those tomorrow. Ought to be a good time.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah. We almost glided right past that, dude.
I mean, it's still new. We're getting used to it.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen once.
But all right, yeah. Now, all right. Any closing remarks you want to have, Umbruhh?
Just thank you guys so much for having me, and to all the people watching right now, like, thank you so much for tuning in and asking all these questions and just showing your support. Like, it really means the world to me, and it's a pleasure to be able to create for all of you.
Yeah, big love. Glad to have you here.
Yes, very good.
Very good. Very nice.
Very
And
nice.
To all the viewers, hope you have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. We'll be reading the submissions tomorrow, and that'll be the stream. But yeah.
Later, fuckers.
Have
Yeah.
a good night.
Remember to eat ass and skate fast.